What's up, Brooklyn Squad? It's your girl Jay, and I'm back at it again with another video. Nothing stops us here. Okay, welcome, y'all. I don't know what happened at the last video, but we don't stop. We continue, right? We spread awareness. People might not like some things might not happen. I don't know what's going on here, but that's okay, because I am back with another video. Okay? So if you're new, welcome. And if you've been here for a hot minute with your girl, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me spread awareness. Can't stop, won't stop. Yes. Thank you for helping me spread awareness. Because that's what we do. Despite on whoever or whatever feels any type of certain way, YouTube or any individuals, we are not going to stop. We're going to come right back on here and we're going to jump back on here and we're going to continue to spread the awareness that we're going to spread because that's what we do. Next case, moving on. James Cooper, 23 years old, young man, just moved to Mississippi. He just moved there, y'all, in 2 weeks. So I'm just now knowing about this story today, like a few hours ago. I really couldn't touch on it, because I had so many other cases that people were throwing, like people were just sending me stuff. But this particular case caught my attention. This one and a few other ones, but right now we're going to talk about this one. This one caught my attention, and I'm going to get into that. And I hope we could find a story on. I know his mother did an interview. I'm not gonna say nothing about that interview, but I know his mother did an interview with some people. But I'm gonna try to find another interview. But this young man, from what I know, right? Let me read it. Hold on, y'all, cause I'm new to this, like y'all. Let's go back a little bit. Let me see. Hold on. He was 23 years old. He had just moved to Mississippi. Okay, he just moved to Mississippi. His name is James Cooper. He was dating some girl, right? And for what I just read in the last 3 seconds, real quick, what I just read was he was dating a young girl and things didn't work out between him and the female, right? Now, he had wind up having a relationship with this young girl. And when he came home one day, she was having a relationship with the next man in their house. So he caught her cheating. And he did what any other person would do and kept and moved out like he should. Like I've been in that predicament, caught my husband actually in bed with another person. So he did what he was supposed to do and he got the heck up out of there and started a new life. Well, she had made contact with him, right? Soon as he was starting to get excited about his new job and his new apartment and his new life, she decided to make contact with him and tell him that she was really ill and she only had a few months or I don't know, let me see. She only had 2 months to live because of a medical condition with her heart. That's what she told him. So after he dumped her because she was doing the shoo shoo with somebody else, doing what she do, giving somebody else those cookies. Soon as he moved on and it started to get heal his heart, because I'm sure he was hurt. Soon as he started to heal his heart and move on to a better life for himself, she wanna call him back, talking about I only got a few months to live, baby. I need you right by my side. Allegedly. Okay? So James was very excited to be starting out his new life and his new job and hopefully possibility of getting an apartment. Little to James' knowledge, that wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. Because James' body was hung outside on the hold on. James' body was hung outside, y'all. Now I don't know much about this story, but we're gonna get into everything because they're trying to say this is a suicide. I'm gonna move myself out the way and I want you to take a look at this picture, his thumbnail, okay? Because ain't no way. Just take a look at it. Now they were saying there's zip tie marks there. And when I was looking on social media, people were saying that the cops used I know that because I've been, the cops do use those so you don't get out of, your handcuff, your thing. They tie it together and stuff. But they said back in the days they used to use them also. Uh so they do feel his mother does feel that this is foul play. In my heart, by me not even knowing a story like this, and me just dealing with other cases that I have done like this, foul play, I could say. But let's see if we can find something. Like I had to just jump on this yard because I don't know what you two thought they were doing to your girl. They thought that I wasn't gonna come back with something. Come on, are you crazy? Let's see. Hold on. Hmm. found somebody talking about it, y'all. So let's share the screen and let's get into it. Okay, y'all can see? Okay.
Man named James Cooper. Not too much information out about this man here, but there's a petition for a federal investigation into the suspicious death of this man. His name is James Cooper. Okay, this is his photo. And as of today, the time of this recording, there are 2,577 signatures. The goal is 5,000 for this investigation, I guess, to take place. But his body was found in Mississippi, and the Mississippi Police Department ruled that his death was a suicide. There's a lot of disagreement going on with this man's death. His family doesn't believe it was a suicide. Investigators also don't believe it's a suicide, but the police department ruled it as a suicide. Right, so we're gonna jump straight into it. I'm not gonna waste y'all time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. Let me know how you guys feel about this situation. What happened to James Cooper? Let's get it. He's originally from Wisconsin. He's a Wisconsin native, and he had recently relocated to Mississippi because who he had thought was his girlfriend at the time told him she had 2 months to live, which ended up not being true, okay, in less than 2 weeks. Okay, so he was tragically found hanging from a pole under circumstances that demanded a thorough and impartial investigation. So they ruled his death a suicide. He was found hanging from a pole. And I can't show you guys the whole photo. I can show you a partial of it, and here it is. Okay, he was found hanging from a pole in Mississippi. And you guys, you know how many times we do stories about Mississippi. Mississippi is one of them states, and we've covered, I'm not even gonna sit back and count, man, but it was so many stories that are similar to this that we've covered about Mississippi.
So she lied to him and told her that she told him she was unalive, that she didn't have that much time to live, but she lied. She lied. That's some foul shishels. That's foul. That's really foul.
All right. Today we're going to look into the chain events leading to Mr. James' demise. His last moments was with his alleged girlfriend. So James Cooper was last seen walking out of the back door of an apartment where he was living, following a disagreement with who he believed was his girlfriend on May 8th, 2023. A witness had come forward saying that when they went to his friend and expressed their concern that James was missing, the friend assured them that she had spoken to James' mother and that she had said that James had supposedly texted his mother claiming to be in the woods by water with his duffel bag. However, this was later revealed to be a falsehood, as there was no communication between this special friend and James' mother until after James' body was found. 3 days later, James was discovered hanging from a pole with nothing around for him to step on to get onto the pole to hang himself. In line with the location of where the friend had previously mentioned, suspicion also arose from her refusal to provide James' mother his absence, and even after the tragic death. The investigator swiftly ruled James' death as a suicide, despite the existence of concerning contradictions in this case. This conclusion was reached with only a visual examination. It is crucial to note that James exhibited no signs of being suicidal. He had plans for that very day, including obtaining his ID, and had secured a new job, a haircut appointment for the next day, and plans to move into his own apartment later that week. He did not know that his special friend had already told the landlord that she no longer wanted the apartment prior to his death. He was genuinely excited about his future, as he should, being 23 years old. James was discovered with cords of a wire wrapped around his neck, similar to those found on telephone poles. The method of binding, the type of wire, and the position in which he was found sitting manner on the ground rather than hanging all points to suspicious circumstances. It is highly improbable that an individual could have accomplished this act alone. There's actually more evidence of foul play that investigators could not reveal at this time. It is believed that a comprehensive, transparent, and impartial investigation is required to uncover the truth and deliver justice to James and his grieving family. So it is requested that a federal investigation is called into the circumstances of James Cooper's death, which should include a thorough examination of the local sheriff's conduct, as well as the legitimacy and qualifications of the medical examiners involved. All parties involved in this case, including an alleged girlfriend and any others connected to this tragedy, should be held accountable for their actions or omissions. This will send a resounding message to such crimes that go unpunished, ensuring that potential wrongdoers are, but there's a petition for a federal investigation into the suspicious death of which he was found sitting manner on the ground rather than hanging. All points to suspicious circumstances. It is highly improbable that an individual could have accomplished this act alone. There's actually more evidence of fire.
This is unbelievable. And where is the girl at? What does she have to say? Because it sounds like this was a setup. And do y'all remember the Taron Evans case? Taron Evans case? Some of y'all might remember, my oldies, my oldie comers might remember the Taron Evans case. I interviewed his mother, where he had the girlfriend, remember? And yeah, this sounds like
Played that investigators could not reveal at this time. It is believed that a comprehensive, transparent, and impartial investigation is required to uncover the truth and deliver justice to James and his grieving family. So it is requested that a federal investigation is called into the circumstances of James Cooper's death, which should include a thorough examination of the local sheriff's conduct, as well as the legitimacy and qualifications of the medical examiners involved. All parties involved in this case, including an alleged girlfriend and any others connected to this tragedy, should be held accountable for their actions or omissions. This will send a resounding message to such crimes that go unpunished, ensuring that potential wrongdoers are not emboldened by the lack of justice. So how was this man killed, and who did it? Who's responsible for it? I mean, his girlfriend. We need to look into his girlfriend. Was she white or black? That's the, I mean, I'm not trying to bring the race card in here, but this is Mississippi. That's one question. Question number two, if this was a suicide, how did he do it? I don't think it was a suicide. If you sit back and look at these photos here, it don't look like a suicide to me at all. And I played a couple snippets here. They wanted this man to be cremated immediately after he was found. And from what it looks like, somebody is found deceased, they're supposed to refrigerate or freeze the body for a certain amount of time before they do actual autopsy. They didn't do none of that. I just wanted to bring awareness to this situation here. This man right here, his family doesn't believe that he committed suicide. I don't believe he committed suicide. We need to figure out what happened. This should be national news, but my platform is only but so big. So you guys.
Right. Oh, and thank him for saying that. This should be nationally new, national. This should be big. Let me see what y'all saying. And it's not big at all. Like, the news ain't talking about, the news ain't gonna talk about this because the cops will have to tell the news to talk about this. If the cops is involved, they're not gonna tell the news to talk about this at all. So they want to say that this young man, let's see, a good one. You know what? That's so, oh my God, ray of sunshine. There we go, baby. I'll be saying the same thing. Are we doing organ trafficking? Yes. I'll be saying that constantly on this channel, baby. Yes. Was he cremated? Let's find out.
Make sure you share stuff like this, man. Make sure you share. Get this out so people can be talking about it. And if his girlfriend had anything to do with it, they need to be checking her phone records. There's not, like I said, there's not a lot of information about this case going on. So, Mississippi police, you see how they do. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Thank you, baby.
Long live James Cooper.
We're gonna shout you out, your channel. Thank you for the Visible Truth Media. Go check him out. I'll put his link down below so we can go check him out. But There's got to be more. We can't just let that slide, baby. No, no, no. A Road Mile investigate. Okay, wait a minute now.
Everyone, please take a good look at your screen. This young man goes by the name of James Cooper. If you want to know more about his case and the circumstances surrounding his
Oh yeah,
mysterious,
I was looking at hers before.
if something were to happen to him, just know that he didn't feel too comfortable with where he was. But the strange thing about it, he had just moved to this area 2 weeks before he was found dead. And for some reason, the police are now classifying it as a suicide, according to Chief Deputy Billy Barber. And he says that the Washington County Sheriff's Office Department is investigating a death that occurred on May 10th of this year,
Let me let her finish.
2023, as a suicide, because at around 9:22 a.m. that day, authorities found the 23-year-old James Keon Cooper hanging from a tree in the 1000 block of Metcalf Road, and the case is still under investigation, so they won't be able to give out too much information.
First of all, now, if he did this to himself, wouldn't the case be closed? I'm confused. If they saying right that it's it's a suicide and he did this to himself, wouldn't the case be closed? But we know that is not a suicide because they always pulling stuff like this, and we need to find out if this young man was cremated. And I saw that too, Katie. I saw that too. One said a pole and one said a tree. Which one is it? Right. That's why I'm like, let me let her finish for a minute. Let's let her continue. Let's see. Let's see. And then we're gonna find out for sure because I'm gonna reach out to the mother myself.
Even though he said he can't stop the talks that are going around and that are going on Facebook as if it was a cover up. But I think that something does not sit right here, because why would this man move to a whole nother state and commit suicide there? But his parents are kind of giving the implication that it was suicide when the detective talked to them, because they informed him that James had gotten into an altercation with his girlfriend at the time, and they believe that this may have led to his apparent suicide. But I call it a hanging because of pictures that I've saw. There's a particular picture where his hands were bound with zip ties. Now, I don't know anybody who's going to bound their hands with zip ties and then, hang themselves. I think that most people would just, do the normal thing when hanging. But yet again, this case is not normal, in my opinion. Now, like I previously stated, the detective said that James Cooper had been reported missing since Monday, May 8th, after he had gotten into an altercation with his significant other, which I'm thinking they mean his girlfriend here. And family members became concerned when they did not hear from him and they could not get a hold of him for a couple of days. And that's when Deputy Barber said that when authorities arrived on the scene, there was a bag with his clothes and other belongings inside of it. And some of his belongings were strewn about on the ground in the area near his, body. and his body has now been transported to the state crime lab in Jackson for an autopsy. The Delta Democrat Times, which is this article that I'm reading here, they say they'll follow up on this story. But I honestly think that this particular case, I don't think this is an actual suicide. In my opinion, it looks like someone literally hung this man. And
I put down the link to the petition. I just signed it. So please, y'all, if y'all could sign that. His mother, I seen her do an interview, but she didn't really say anything because the other people were talking and talking, and she didn't really get to say anything. I want to reach out to her myself. Allegedly, to me, the way his fingers are, they seem placed and positioned the way they are. If he did this to himself, why wouldn't his hands just be down by his side? Like just hanging down. Right. Hey, Julie. What is it with Mississippi? Girl, tell Mississippi we got a problem. We do. We got a problem. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all, when y'all come in, please. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button. And share this video, please, y'all. Let's get this video out because his mother needs help. She needs an investigator. She needs the same thing Timmy's mother needs.
and tried to make it look like he, offed himself. I just don't. There are a lot of things to me that don't add up about this case, because if he had been missing since May 8th, why did it take them so long to find his body in the area in which they did? That leads me to believe that somebody already knew where his body was, and they just went back to make sure that A, he was still there, and B, that he possibly was still deceased, to make sure that they finished off the job. Because sometimes people like to go back and look at their quote unquote handiwork that they did. And I think this is one of those cases and one of those times where this is what happened. But I would really like to know, why was this young man unalived in the manner that he was? Did he upset somebody shortly after moving to that city and state? Did he already have beef with somebody that was living there? And was that why him and his significant other got into an altercation? Is that why he went missing for 2 days before he was found? Did he owe anybody any money? Just all these things come to mind. And, maybe it was just someone who saw a crime of opportunity to murder someone and make it look like they, harm themselves. And they just took advantage of what was in, what was in front of them at the time. And I hate to think like that, but it just doesn't seem to me that someone would bound their hands and then, hang themselves as they're saying that it looks like he did. I just don't get that. I know.
Girl, I don't either. But I really want to find out, was he cremated? Because it seems a lot of times that they do these things, right, for their own selfish reasons, of course, and that is organs. They have these hospitals that they work with, these morgues that they work with. They got all these type of businesses and transactions that's going on, and baby, they making money. And the third person in the cut is gonna get half of whatever they're making. And the middle person is going to get some of that. The end person, like the girlfriend, she's going to get some of that money too, allegedly. Was this young man cremated? Was his organs removed? Who is the girlfriend? Let's go on his mother's Facebook page so we could see some stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Okay, so it says justice for James Cooper. That's what I was looking at. These are my things that, And I found her page. I am following her. I haven't left her a message or anything, so she doesn't know who I am. I will send her this video. Mississippi, Greensville. So this is partial of what it is right here. And she says, this happens in your own backyard, yet you fail to alert the public? Speak up for justice. Let it just disappear into the next one. The next one could be you. It's time to speak up. Stand for what is right. Make a change. Somebody somewhere knows something. That's what I said. Speak up and stand up. Say something. It's time to do what is right. James Cooper, 23 years old, was murdered, hung by a light pole. So it was a light pole, y'all. In Metcalfe, Mississippi, on May 9th, 2023. So this is very, very new. Okay? This is very, very new. So it says, we are urgently requesting your help in shedding light on the heart-wrenching case of James Cooper, a 23 years old from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, whose life ended tragically just weeks after he relocated to Mississippi. Despite compelling evidence strongly suggested foul play, the sheriff's office swiftly labeled it as a suicide. However, James' family and friends, even on the scene, the coroner on scene, despite the conclusions, pointed to a multitude of signs that clearly indicate it was foul play. We reached out to you for individuals for support. So even the coroner on I can't say the name right, but on scene, she even said, something is not right. Foul play for sure. I can't play that. I'm trying to see something because I tell you what, we can watch his mother's interview that was sent to me. Let's see. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Oh no, he sent me another one. Because of what I said. Because of what I said before. Okay, guys. Give me one heck of a second. Oh, you know what? You ain't gotta give me no minute. Cause I'm gonna show you right now. Wait a minute, where is it? This is what? Oh no, that's not it. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's right here. Here we go.
Cooper was found in Mississippi, hanging from a
Okay, so this is the interview that I seen earlier.
They said it was suicide, but
Yeah.
we knew it wasn't suicide.
Okay.
It was too much foul play. Too much.
Definitely.
This is his mother. She's so pretty.
Yeah, we just need justice for him. I'm here to speak for him. He's no longer here, so I'm here to speak for him. I'm going to keep pushing every day. Every day.
Okay. Well, I guess for the people that, don't know, if we can get you to, I hate to say walk us back through it, but, tell us how this all started. And
let me put the link in my
eventually, we know what happened, but
okay, where you want to start?
I guess personally, from what I understand is that they had a relationship there in Wisconsin before.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
How did that come about?
The relationship, I have no idea. He just showed up with her. I don't even know how they met. I know they've been knowing each other for a while. We knew each other for a while. And they just been in a relationship. I don't know how they met. He brung her. I was living in Vegas at the time, and how I met her is he came out to visit me, and then she came out. That's how I ended up meeting her.
You could check their channel out, guys.
Oh.
The link is down there.
I do. So my name is Bree, and I'm an advocate with Getting Justice for James as well. And I'll just kind of try to fill in here because while she might be feeling a little emotional discussing this. And so I want to just kind of pick up where we do know that the relationship had come to an end or was ending. And James ended up going to Mississippi under a lot of foul play. He was under the intentions that the young lady that he was dating had medical conditions, that she was going to pass away. And that's what led him to go back to Mississippi to try to maybe rekindle what they had or just be there for her, which was also kind of a terrible situation because he ended up losing his life due to coming back under false pretenses of this case. And as Nadine stated earlier, there's a lot of foul play. There's a lot of things in this case that just doesn't make sense. that we do need help with. The people in Greenville, the people of Metcalf, we need all residents, anyone in the community to be willing to step up and speak out and help us resolve this issue and to get justice for him.
Amen. You said Greenville, what state? Greenville, what? Where?
This is in Mississippi.
Greenville, Mississippi.
Yes, in Metcalf.
Big problem.
Okay.
So again, it
The,
needs to stop.
the investigation has not been completed. They dropped the ball on him completely in this case. It's not even complete. It was never thoroughly investigated. And it's time to go back and reopen this and do it again. But we're going to need the community's help, because the only way we're going to be able to get answers and actually make that happen is to actually have people step up and not be scared to speak about what they know and what's really happened.
Yeah, what I understand is they moved him and they didn't freeze his body, and there was ties around his thumbs, and he was on a light pole, and the investigator at the scene said that the EMS said she suspected foul play. Sorry, the coroner, and then all of a sudden it switched, and then it was kind of like they didn't want to look into the case. Like, I don't know if they were being lazy, allegedly, but they're just passing the case. They're just trying to pass him under the buck, is what I'm seeing. And if we raise awareness for James, because he was done foul, I saw the pictures. I understand what I know. He was lured by probably a narcissist, and he got down there and he didn't have nobody knew him. They didn't even get a chance to know his precious soul.
Right, that's exactly right.
And also it's a sundown county, like kind of, it's, you know what I'm saying, like where they pass more. I'm not going to bring no race into it, but they pass it under the buck. And just label it under him taking himself, but he didn't. And we know that because him talking to his back and forth to his mom and trying to help another soul out. There was no indication that he ever wanted to commit suicide ever. Right.
Right.
Never. And so now all of a sudden it goes from foul play at the coroner's office. But then all of a sudden when it's filed and it's dismissed, it's a suicide.
Yes.
Is that what I'm understanding? Wow.
That is correct. And there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of things that happen in the process of him supposedly committing suicide that doesn't add up. There's no way he himself could have done those self-inflicted things. It was someone that had to have done it. And that's what we need answers to. What happened to him? Who knows what happened to him? Who's willing to stand up for him?
Right.
We are willing to stand up. We are not going to ever stop. We are going to bring justice for James Cooper, and we are here. And Miss Nadine and everyone here on the platform, we would love to do this at least once a month, if not twice, whenever y'all are available. If you want to go once a week, we can even do that. Whatever y'all want, we are here to help y'all in any way, because we're not stopping until justice is brought for James.
Okay.
We would greatly appreciate that.
Wow.
What kind of petitions you guys got to overturn and for them to look into the case more violently? You guys have.
So this lady right here, the blue B, that must be the advocate. The lady right here with the black shirt, right here with the braids, the black lady, that's his mother. And then these people up here are the YouTubers. But hey Julie, this is a case where a young 23 man, a black man, young man, very handsome young man too, was hung on a pole, was it? I believe. At his girlfriend's house in the backyard, a girlfriend that was cheating on him prior to that, who he had a relationship with, and he came home one day and she had a relationship with somebody else in the bed. So he moved on with his life like he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? And because I guess he moved on with his life and started doing him, healing his heart, because I'm sure he was hurt from that, she called him and said she only had a few months to live. So she obviously needed his help for him to be there physically for her because she was so sick, I guess. And she needed him there. Well, the nice man that James is, the forgiving man that he seems like he is, he went there. Next thing you know, he winds up hung. And they're saying a suicide. And come on, enough of the suicide crap with these damn police.
You guys have petitions.
So if you're new and you just coming in, that's what we're talking about. The James Cooper case that happened March of 2023. If I'm not mistaken, March.
that we can all go on to. I know I've signed it.
And the petition
is it there?
down
Did it
there.
reach it? I know
So
it has.
you guys could please sign that petition if you like.
I haven't checked it later, but I think we have. But you still can always go on and do that.
And share this
and still
also,
sign it.
please.
We have a
Let's get this
GoFundMe out.
video out.
If anyone want to donate to that
to
help for legal fees.
For legal fees, for family fees, for everything. Well, all I know is it can't be another swept under the rug thing. You have to keep the momentum going. And then within that, you save other people on a journey that they're trying and they get stuck in. And God works in mysterious ways. I lost my friend 4 years ago, and then another incident happened a couple of days ago. And it all is kind of relevant to this case. Not just this case, James. They just sweep, and I'm not bringing race into it, but since he was not from the town, and if you kick up enough dust, something will happen.
Right.
It's just swept.
That's true.
And there's still interrogation that has to happen. There's still, I swear, the whole 9 that you see on TV was not done. I know that with all my heart. The way that poor James had the way I've seen the pictures and how I was told it happened, it was at every point where could have been a lead, they knocked it off and shoved it, and then they knocked it off and shoved it. The paperwork, whatever. And I'm not saying anything about the police. I'm saying the justice system. It's not okay. It's not okay. He was done wrong. He was done wrong. He was lured there, done wrong by her, and then now he's done wrong by the system. And if anything, there should be a system changed for James, because James.
And I do want to ask as well, were y'all able to contact the FBI? Was y'all able to get anything through? Was anyone able to get a reply back from them?
What's going on with the FBI?
No, I did not get a reply back yet.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the petition that you guys had going on to talk to the FBI and stuff? What's going on with that?
Can you repeat that?
Did we reach the petition?
We're gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
The petition is on Facebook. Its petition is on Facebook, and it's also on a website called crimes-uncovered.com. And it discusses his story and what's gone on, but the petition's also on there as well if you would like to let others know about that, to get on and sign the petition and share it.
Yes, we've been sharing quite a bit, and then we're seeing that it's been taken down, but we're still sharing it. We're not going to stop. But, Facebook is trying, but that's okay. We're going to continue with putting that out there. like I said, every day we talk about justice for James Cooper. Last night on my show, we talk about it. The investigators too, like Jerry said, if y'all would like to, just give the background of the city, the state, and so that we could get that out, and so that people know and they're more aware of where this happened. Again, where it happened, because we know this does not make sense, and we're not going to stop.
Down in Greenville, Mississippi,
Mhm.
we have to open up as much cases as much doors as we can open to make sure that they stay hot on this trail, because I don't know if that girl has been put in the hot seat, but if from what I understand, I don't feel she was, and I don't feel that they even tapped into that. So I feel like it's an injustice for James. From what I feel, because there's so much crime. I mean, I know there's so much crime, but when it comes to a pure soul, there's we gotta fight. We gotta fight as many days, as many seconds as we can. Once you stop, they don't care. They stopped already. They don't care. Anybody that can go and sign that petition, please sign the petition. And anybody that has anything that can help us to get to the next level to keep this going, please help us. They got the phones, we got information, we got everything. It's linked through that girl and her people in that state. It's linked through them. That's what we know for sure. That's what the police aren't digging into. And we're not saying anything bad about the police station. We're not saying anything bad about the organization they have. We just know there's loopholes we have to run through to get it to where they pay attention. Because
what was that, DJ B Lethal?
Oh, nothing. I really just am keeping my mouth shut because I don't know what I can say, or because I don't want anything to tamper the case. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because these people are putting in good work, and I don't know,
Yes.
if I can just speak my mind right about now, because it keeps saying swept under the rug, and something.
I said allegedly. Allegedly.
I know, but I don't think this is a swept under the rug thing. I think it may be something else. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I could say it in this way. I see a lot of things in my time, and when I see things like this, I start looking at who knows who and who's connected to what and what they're doing. Got nothing to do with it. It sounds to me like that will lead to finding out other things, and somebody don't want them to find that out, whatever that is. That's what I feel. I don't know those people down there. I don't know what goes on. I don't know the town. I just know what I've seen.
I want to agree with you because there's a lot of people who say they have never even heard about this case, and they're actually from Greenville, the Metcalf area, and they have absolutely no clue about this going on. So when you say there could be some oversight, would be a fair word, maybe, there's definitely that, because of the fact that people should know about something like this.
Amen.
I definitely agree. There is no way in hell that nobody should. I didn't even know about this case. Someone send it to me. This guy that's been sending me stuff for years. I mean, he'll just pop in my messenger and just send me stuff. I don't even know who he is. He just sent me stuff, and he sent me their interview. And usually I don't watch it. I wait for y'all and we go to watch it together. But I went and I checked it out a little bit, you know. But yeah, man, people should know about this. This is crazy. And I see what I get what he's saying. Like, it's it's a cover up. It's a cover up. It's a cover up. The cops don't want this, what they're doing, to get out. They've been doing this for so long. This is nothing new, though. This is nothing new. The only thing I think is new is that people are now saying something about it. We need to speak up more, but now actually people are now saying something about it. And that's because of these things right here, social media. I don't know if I'm wrong. Let me know. Say, nah, Brooklyn, I don't think that's it. But that's my opinion on it.
Yes.
Especially, okay, I live in a small farm town. Somebody came here and something like that happened. The people in this town will want to know.
Yeah.
What happened? Who did it? Now, in this, you know what I'm saying? So
He was very
that raises a
innocent, right,
lot of other
Julie?
questions for me as just a human being. That's just a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but who would not hear about someone hanging from a light pole? That's
I
a
keep on-
very
From a small
traumatic.
And I keep on saying it's
Absolutely. So
not
there's
race,
no way.
only because I don't want to riot. Because
big town news. Right there.
I would hope people read behind the lines or in between my lines.
Or
How does people not know that he's hanging from a pole and he's pulled down and he's got things around his thumbs in a town that's this small, this minute? Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They don't want either way, whatever, it's still injustice. It's still injustice. It's still it's not getting to the point as everybody's created equal, everybody deserves a fair trial, everybody deserves a fair observation. It's being like, I don't know. I think being swept is
That's why we will continue.
It's red. You know it's red, but they say it's green. You know it's red, and then they're going to tell you you're colorblind. Okay, that's what it is.
Yes, we will continue to make calls to any and every FBI organization, anyone, because I'm not me. I am not going to shut up. I am not going to be quiet until Miss Nadine, this beautiful mother, my beautiful angel mother that's walking this earth, until justice is found for James. We are going to continue every day in the fight for justice for Mr. James Cooper. And I don't care who likes us and who don't. We are unstoppable. And yes, he deserves justice, and we're not going to stop until it's found. No matter what, if every stone down in that little town's got to be unturned, whatever, it's got to be done. You know, we're just not going to stop, because someone in that small town knows, just like Jerry said, DJ B Lethal, you know, small towns, small communities know everyone in their city and town. They know what's going on. This person talked to this person's going to talk to someone else. They didn't know this sometimes before the police are even called. 10 people already know what happened before even the authorities are ever got there.
Exactly.
You know, so someone is, and yes, I said that. I will take that, because I'm saying this in my opinion. Someone in that town, if not more than one people, they know what happens. And karma, I believe it strongly. I believe so much in karma. I just do.
Mhm.
And whoever done this, they're never going to have happiness. They're never going to have anything good in their life because they're always looking behind them. They know what they did. There is no.
I really would like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to pull that back up, but I really would like to hear from the mother. I'm hearing a lot from the content creators, but I'm not hearing anything from the mother. Is it just me? And no shade at all. You know, I know they're new content creators. I think they have like, they're very, very new. I mean, make it make sense if they truly did it from a poll. You can't tell me anybody seen it happen or wait, because allegedly it's a cover up. Right, right, right. I think that it's a cover up. I think the girlfriend is definitely involved. You know what I mean? I don't know if the girl is white, Chinese, black, African American. I'm assuming a white girl. It'd be funny if I'm wrong and she's a black girl. You know, and there's no racist with this. Please don't somebody say, why you say it's a white girl? She could be a black girl. Cause let me tell you, so I don't know. But baby, whoever you are, your heart was in the wrong place. In the wrong place. It's just foul.
No, there's not even no words for it. Again, Miss Nadine, we love you. Our purpose here is to help you do everything in your power. We are here as your team. Anything you need, anything that we can do, anything that you want done that's in our power. And if it's not, we'll make it happen. But anything we can possibly do to always help you. And to the investigators, we do have the petition out. We are assigning that. I did see where y'all did raise it for the numbers to be upped again. So that's a good thing. I see when we had the first show that numbers were raised. So that's awesome. Everybody, please go to your Facebooks. Please share. Please go to YouTube. Please share this live feed. Please go hit that button, sign the petition, tag people, send it to them in their messenger, whatever you have to do. But these signatures, yes, are coming up. So, but I just wanted to ask, from the last time that we spoke, if y'all want to just give a quick rundown, from the beginning, so that people that was not with us, so that they get the whole story.
Yeah.
That we, want to hear from y'all, so that they completely understand why we're never going to stop until justice is brought for Mr. James Cooper.
Amen.
So before maybe we give the rundown, I just wanted to kind of just maybe put out there again that if anybody knows anything about his case, they can reach out through the website that I had addressed earlier at crimesuncovered.com. It's anonymous. They can do it also on his Facebook page. It's all anonymous. So we're not going to expose anyone's information, but we do need to bring justice and peace to James's family. And we need the details. There are some things that we wouldn't be able to discuss just because we are trying to investigate and get things together. But I think just from start to finish, it's just we need to understand that James was brought to, or lured is the word I want to use, to Mississippi with the impression that something was wrong with the young lady that he was speaking to, what turned out to not be true. She gave the same story to multiple gentlemen, with very different details. There was
Oh, it's
different
okay, sunshine.
timelines for her supposed
Wait, son.
illness and death and things of that nature, which, and unfortunate for James, led to death. For him coming out, reaching out, and caring. From that point to him being murdered is the word I want to use. Hopefully that's okay. And now there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of different stories that's being told out there about what happened, what hasn't happened. There's plenty of people out there that do know what happened to him, even if it's just a small, like you said, 10 people. Someone knows the actual truth about what's going on. And now we have, I'm just going to say, the state has dropped the ball on him. And I say that because of the fact that I don't see how you can quickly rule his death a suicide without all the details, without all the investigation. You can't do something like that.
Nope.
See,
Especially when the coroner said that there was suspicious activity and he had the zip ties around his thumbs after they took him off down.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and
you
then
cannot do something
As
like
he's
that
setting
yourself.
down, and
cannot.
he's setting down. No, and he's setting. He cannot. There is no way.
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your investigators.
good.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things you're saying that is what I need people to kind of look at as, for starters, if it was your family, you would want someone to come out and say something. I don't believe James's mother or any of his family should have to go through anything of this magnitude to begin with not having answers. But I definitely don't think that we should, as the system, should overlook this when you can tell there was a lot of things, foul play in his case, that doesn't make sense. Nothing is adding up, and they know that.
Amen. Nothing. and just
Nothing makes sense.
Sorry, my phone kind of has a delay, so I'm not sure.
You're
That's
fine.
okay. That's
why
okay.
isn't there? I want to know why there's no one laws enforced. Why it's legal to hold the body, even though. Sorry. Why they didn't refrigerate them, and it's legal for them to do that and not get reprimanded or any type of thing to be looked in on the case, or the city or the state. Like, how can they hold somebody in their state from another state and treat their body as so after suspicious circumstances? And there's so many unanswered questions. Lord, please help me. There's so many unanswered questions that I want to know.
Right.
That's what y'all need to know, and that's what ties. Like, I feel like, like you said, there's more people that know that need to speak up on it.
Exactly.
But those are the rules of the
They don't
South.
want to say nothing.
Where they can't. They're probably in a job where they can't. Where they're at a fork road where they're like, should I choose good? Should I choose evil? The yin and the yang. And they're like, oh, it's my job. I got to take care of my kids, or I know what's right. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be at least 20 individuals in that town that has taken care of his case that feel guilt. And they have to speak
But when
up.
you have to choose between guilt and providing for your family, you're going to always choose your family. So They would rather sit and be quiet. But when you have a system that's the good old boy system or a well-oiled machine, you're never going to be able to find that chink in the chain, because of the fact that they're always going to be the ones that feel like I need to be quiet because I'm going up for this position when someone leaves. And it just continues. It's a nasty system, and it's a continuously nasty system. And this is how people like James falls through the cracks. He's not from Mississippi.
You know
so they
what?
don't
I'm
feel any
wondering that,
desire to
Judy.
have to do anything for him. It's kind of like, we don't know him. They don't know him.
I'm
So
wondering that.
why not just sweep this under the rug and be done with it? But when you have people who want to stand up for James, be a voice and an advocate, it's going to rock some, it's going to rock a few things around for them, but they need that. You have to. The South is a very nasty place. They have their own set of rules, and it's time to upset the apple cart because we need to figure out what happened to him.
Yeah.
Amen.
I agree.
Amen. He's not going to be another name, another statistic, another number. He can't be.
That's right. Say that again. That she shouldn't be another number. That's right. I want to know who's his girlfriend. Who else was in that apartment with them? Was there anybody else in that apartment with them? Because she can't do it as by herself and hang him up there on that pole. So who else was in that apartment with them? Hey, Barbara. How are you? Thank you for stopping by, Mama. Thank you so much for stopping by. That's very sweet of you. So who else was with him? Was with them? It was her, him. It was James. Because he moved into that apartment with her because she lied and said that she was sick, died, at the end of her life, when it was really the end of his life. But who else was in that apartment with them? They had a roommate. Like, who else? Come on now. We need some more to this. I really want to hear from the mother. But she's not saying much. They just...
The only thing that's keeping us going is to bring awareness to James' case.
Right.
And thank you guys. Thank everybody for coming on. Thank everybody for all your influence. Anybody that's listening, please go on Justice for James Cooper. Go on and sign the petition. Go to the GoFundMe and donate. And anybody that has any higher up authority that knows or that has any people in the system that can help us out to get to the top and change laws or to look into this case further, please reach out to me and Peggy, DJ B Lethal. We would love to hear from you, and we'll get a hold of them or reach out to them. And anywhere, non-fundme organizations, any nonprofit organizations. This is a young man that believed in love, and he was lured to another state. God forbid, nobody knew him there. They never got the chance to know him. They took him. He was there under her guidance, and something happened. We do not know, but we want to know. And we need to make sure that the people who did this to him gets theirs
to try to kindle the relationship.
Otherwise,
yes, I said that in the
beginning. What justice do we have? What justice system?
So he caught her in the bed. He caught her with another person when he came home from work. That's why. Yes. They had another apartment together. He caught her having, giving her cookie away to somebody else. Yeah, I had said that in the beginning, guys. Oh, my leg. So that's why he broke up with her and he moved on. Yeah. She was giving the cookie to somebody else. Somebody else was sipping that milk and cookies. Right. So he had moved on. And he was excited about moving on to his new life. You know what I'm saying? Until she come back talking about she died and all this other shit and lied. Ah, well, that leaves a lot more to who the other man may have been. I see what you're saying, Katie. Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, me, Barbara. I'm glad I could make you laugh, Barbara. Because we know you're going through it. We know you're going through it. Yeah, Barbara, she was giving the cookies to somebody else and somebody was drinking the milk, girl. Mm-hmm. They said meow.
System do we have? What are we fighting
Can
for?
y'all put out the again, can y'all put out the websites
Meow.
that you want people to go to, the
said, I
www
want no more of that
crimes
cookie.
to the websites that
You're too
y'all have?
snotty. Been in the milk.
Can y'all let people know
You
where
got
that's
I'm
at
out of here.
again, where they can find that?
Sure, it's at crimes and then a hyphen uncovered.com. And then you can go on to Justice for James and you his website, and you're able to find the petition, details about his case, and everything that anyone wants to share. I want to stress it is anonymous because I know sometimes people feel like if I say something, will my name be exposed? And we're not even in business for exposing anyone. We just need the truth. We just need the leads. So if we can get that information, it would help us out a lot.
Welcome. New Brooklyn family.
Definitely, most definitely. And that's why we are never going to stop justice for James Cooper.
Justice for James Cooper.
When I seen the story,
thank you, Candy.
I reached out to Miss Nadine. It just touched me so much.
I replied to you back.
And that's what I'm saying. How can so many people live down there in that town and people know, someone knows there's 10, 20 people that knows, they know. Someone knows. Well, right here is one person. I'm not stopping. Right here's his mother, his beautiful family, sister, and a whole Justice Department. Okay, we are going to raise awareness every day. We're going to scatter every piece of everything that we have to until justice is brought. The investigators, anything that y'all want to put out right now, anything that y'all want to talk about, any websites, I'm going to give y'all the mic to do that because this is so vital. The information is so important. And I just really want to thank y'all just for
earlier, we already know people will take a story and tell it their way. And I like that you're all here that way. I know it's painful, very, very painful, but we're going to hear it from the source and not secondhand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to hear from her, the mother.
We have 3,650 petitions signed. We need to reach 5,000. Please go on there, Justice for James, on crime. What was it again?
Crimes Uncovered. And I have to say the hyphen. It's crimes-uncovered.com.
Okay, go in there.
And we just
go ahead.
And it's unfortunate, as you said, that people didn't know James because James was a good person. He was a quiet person, but he was a good guy. He had all good intentions. And you can tell by him coming out there after not having a relationship and not wanting to be, to leave this young lady by herself as she lured him in with the false story that she was passing away. So he was a very good, kind-hearted person. And that's what hurts even more, is to know that someone with such a pure soul, with such a good heart, was lured out there under the right intentions to help someone, but was led out there under false pretenses, and now he's gone. And not only is he gone, we can't even figure out what happened to him, and where's the justice in that? It can't go on any further like that. His family needs answers, and really the community needs answers. We need to look into who we have running these offices out there and question why this isn't something that's being brought to light. It needs to be brought onto news stations. People need to know what's going on in Mississippi. They really do.
Yes, that was one of my questions I was going to ask. Was that put on their news their TV stations? Was that put on their media? Does anyone know? Was that ran on their TV, local radio stations? Does anyone know about that, ma'am?
I
Well,
believe
just
just the
wait to
first day that it
what
happened,
happened.
it
I
was in
just
the
don't
news.
get it.
It was on,
What if
they
it
put it
was
in the
not
papers
their family
as a
members? I
suicide.
couldn't even imagine knowing.
That's about
Um,
it.
the,
Nothing else happened.
Right.
So we need to
okay,
get
so
we need to get media.
okay, so what we
Like they
yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to contact, if that's okay. I mean, because
the girlfriend
anything that
set him
we
up
would
big
do, we would
time, Barbara, I
straightly
think.
need your permission,
Right.
and your counselors and your whole team
But I want to
permission
know about his
is to
archive.
call down there.
He made
If
it.
we have permission to call down there to the local TV stations, to the local radio
I put
stations,
the
and
information
ask
so y'all
them
can
to
send it
go
to
ask
me.
some questions. Would that be okay for us to call and do that?
Yeah.
Or should y'all do that? Or
No, I do feel like
we
that's
just,
okay. You guys can call. We're asking for any help with this because
okay,
more
okay,
than one
okay,
voice
That's beautiful.
is needed in this situation. We're going to have to upset some people. We're going to have to press. We're going to have
yes,
to ask the uncomfortable questions. We need answers. Everyone's
yes,
not going to want to talk. We have talked to people and they are short with you. They don't want to say anything, maybe because they know or maybe because they're uncomfortable saying what those answers are. But the bottom line is we need the answers. And if people are in position of offices and power, you need to utilize that. That's what your job is. Your job is to find these answers and get those answers out to the public. So that's what we
well,
need. We need
okay. I'm not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to talk. I mean, I'm not. Sometimes maybe I should think about things more before I say them, but it's most things are just out of my mouth immediately. But I just want to thank y'all so much for doing what y'all are doing and helping Miss Nadine and her family, and to bring justice and to bring awareness, because something in this town. Please talk. We want to know the name of the town again. Anything that you would like to speak on and give us information,
It's in Mississippi,
so that
Barbara.
we can.
Crazy.
People are more aware of, certain things and down there what you are allowed to say, because we know you're not allowed to say a lot of things, but we
well,
just
this
want
did
people to
happen in
know.
Metcalf, Greenville, Mississippi. We're asking the
And
community. Yes.
Okay, honey, can you spell those so that sometimes, people, so that they get the right spelling of
Sure.
okay.
So Metcalf is METCALFE and Greenville is GREENVILLE. This is in Mississippi. It
Greenville,
took place in Metcalf. I wanted to make sure we specialize on knowing that for sure. Is where it actually took place.
It might be.
I'm sorry, honey, can you say that again?
In Metcalf, that is where the
Metcalf.
actual
Okay.
incident took place. Greenville is just affiliated with it.
Okay.
I never heard of that.
I mean, and we're open, you said you're welcome to have us back on. I feel like if people want to come on and ask questions, that could also open the door for people that, however we need to do that. I feel like sometimes people want to ask questions about things just so that they feel comfortable coming out, saying what they need to say. I know that this is a very uncomfortable situation to actually withhold information. But again, I don't think we could do anything more than at this point plead and beg with the community to step up and say something. It's okay. When people say something, say something. I'm stressing that at this point. If you saw something, if you heard something, something, we need to know the answers or what just anything, because again, his family has to not only mourn the loss of James, but not knowing how you lost your family member or your loved one that has to be the most disheartening thing ever, because there's so many questions. She doesn't know. She can't actually put her own mind or heart at ease because she does not know what happened to her child. And that's not.
Um, I don't know. I'm going to say this again. I feel like they should give her a chance to talk. I really want to hear from her, the mother. I have some question. I'm going to reach out to her myself. I'm gonna stop complaining and stop saying I want to hear from the mother. I want to hear from her because the whole thing, she hasn't said anything. They keep talking for her, and I don't know who this lady is, if she's an advocate for her or whatever. Because I don't know who this lady is. It seems like she's very helpful. Seems like she really wants to help. But I'm wondering if I know she's the advocate. Hey, Shay Shay. She's the advocate, for her. But I'm trying to get a feeling of, I don't think she knew him though. Or does she know him? I don't know, but yeah, I really want to hear from the mother because I want to know how her son was. When you doing, usually, I guess that's just me, I don't know, but when you're doing interviews with parents, I also like to hear about how your son was. What was his character? What he likes? What was his passion? What did he go to school for? I know the homicide, his case is very serious, but we also want to know who was James Cooper. Who was James Cooper? And we won't know that on here yet, but I really want to know who was James Cooper. I also want to know about this girlfriend also. How long they been dating. Until right. There you go, Bob. Right, that too. The story starts going all over the place if the family doesn't tell the story. Right, because we haven't the mother's sitting right there. She's the one with the black on, with the girl sitting next to her. And she hasn't said not didn't say nothing because they keep speaking up for her. They keep speaking, and you got these other content creators up here. I guess they call themselves investigators. They very new though. They very, very, very new YouTubers. And shout out to them. I know they're doing the best that they can and they want to help just like I want to help and everybody else want to help. But you really have to give the parent a voice because it's her interview. We won't know anything about this case if it's not going to come correctly from the parents. Then we're just going to assume things, you know? I really want to hear from the parent. Know the child and who they were. Right. They know their child. They know who they were. He sounds like a helper to me. Right. He does. Right. Yes. He sounds like he got a good heart. Even though she cheated on him, he came home and found that heifer giving out the cookie to somebody else. And he still went and helped her desires and helped her out when she said, I only got a few months to live. Even though she lied. So that right there should cause to say, well, wait a minute. She lied. She welled him in with that story. She welled him in with that story so somebody could take him out. She should be behind bars. Why isn't she behind bars? Why they can't say they don't have enough evidence? She didn't do nothing? What the fuck? these so-called friends and so-called girlfriends and boyfriends are just helping the police and helping people set these young people up like crazy to take them out, and they are not getting charged at all. This is crazy.
Not okay.
Yep.
Same thing
Amen.
with Alana Lanier. Same thing with Timmy D. Same
Thank you,
thing.
Tammy.
guys-
We
I
can
if you
go
guys
on
put
look-
and
all the
on.
flashcards. I appreciate that.
If you guys go online and go for Justice for James Cooper, his Facebook, his family changed his Facebook to Justice for James Cooper. It was James Cooper. Everything you can do can help. Please go sign that petition. You'll find it on his page under James Cooper, Justice for James Cooper. Also, you can go to Crimes Uncovered and you can listen to the whole story and see the pictures and see the injustice that was done to James.
Yes.
So Greenville, Metcalf, come on out.
Yeah. Please.
Yes.
From what I
Who's the
understand,
other man. Right.
everybody needs to link together. I know that at a time like this, the community needs to link together.
You would think that the
and
mother's not even
Only
there
God can judge us.
during the interview,
If
right?
anybody has any
If we didn't
information,
know,
you can even
that's
do it
right there.
You can even do it
Look, that's
without
his
bias,
mother. Right here, y'all.
without
where
your
my
name,
arrow is.
without anything.
Right
Anything
here.
will help. Any kind of link. Any like if he was
You
there a
wouldn't
couple
even
days
know
and you
that that
guys
was- that
know
she was
that he
there.
was there and you heard of him through her, through the woman he went there to go see.
Yes, when everyone is
Let us
talking, the
know.
story
Like talk
doesn't
to us.
get
Let us know information.
really
You do not have
clear.
to tell us your name.
Right.
You can call Miss Peggy on her
Yes,
Facebook.
it sounds like
You
she
can link
was
up through
playing
anybody on this.
Predator.
It's Peggy Osborne on Facebook, spelled just
Right,
like how you
exactly,
say
Barbara.
it.
Yeah.
Give her
Peggy Osborne Rice.
anybody
Yes.
right.
Any little detail.
Any
Can
little
help.
detail will help.
You might not
If-
even think
especially
it will help, but it
if you
could.
have to get it off,
Crazy.
if it's something sticking in your head and you know about it, if you have to get it off and you don't want and you want to remain anonymous, let that be said. Create an account and get a hold of anybody that's on here that you know of that then can have the information because it'll free your soul. I
Please
swear.
hit the thumbs up, y'all.
And
Please
all
hit
we're
the
looking
like
for is
button,
for that-
please, so we can get
For
this
us to
video
figure out
out.
exactly where and who
Hopefully, maybe
took him.
somebody else will want to cover his
'Cause
story.
People have to understand karma is
Don't
real.
forget to
And
hit that like button, y'all.
this poor
Please.
soul, what I understand, he was a sweetheart to the fullest, and he believed in everybody, and he would have made magic. And
That's very important.
I know I'm not gonna let that go.
Because when y'all
I'm
hit
not.
the like
I
button,
can't. I know
it
what
lets
God put me
people
here for.
know
I know what God put me
that
here for.
When
This
I
story is
seen
being talked
his
about,
pictures,
and maybe
about
other
him.
I went and looked.
readers will
Yes,
wanna
I seen his pictures,
know,
his beautiful smile.
talk
You
about
can
the
see in
story,
this young man's
get
eyes
it more out
the
there.
love. I looked, you could just see in his beautiful, beautiful eyes. And I see all these pictures. And I
Yeah,
just,
that's another thing.
when I read the
When you
story, like I
this is an
said, I read
interview.
straight out to Miss Nadine that day
It's a lot of people.
because this has to be talked about. This has to be brought out.
Okay.
And so many people have not heard. Well, we're not going to
Oh,
stop
down
till
here, there's
everybody
nobody down here, I
in
think.
Metcalf,
It's just blowing me apart. Like
okay,
down
we're
here.
saying Metcalf,
Sorry.
Mississippi, and Greenville, Mississippi.
It's just
Okay.
all these people.
You know, and what is so
But
concerning too is people that live in that town. Okay, they are just going to take this like that, you know. And the last show that we had, the details that y'all were discussing, there is no way that any human could do that. It's just not. And so everyone that works in any department of official department down there, it just is really appalling. You see that so much of this goes on.
to say the least.
That yes, it is time that people, that we absolutely are not setting down and we're not shutting up.
Once they ruled his death a suicide, that was pretty much them closing the deal. And
Yeah.
that's how people turn a blind eye to the truth. Because of the fact you
And
say there was a suicide, they painted the story the way they wanted it painted, the details they felt were necessary. And if it adds up and they feel like that's logical, then that to them makes sense. So they don't feel like there's a reason to look any deeper into his case. But now we're needing people to hear the story again and now not have a blind eye on this. The smallest thing that people may know can be the biggest help in
Yeah,
reporting what you know. It
that's
could be
true.
you've
The
seen
smallest
him
thing somebody
walking
knows
up
would
the
be the
street at a
biggest
certain
help.
time, and that may not be important to
That's
them, but that could be a huge piece of evidence and information that we could
Yeah,
use
I'm not
to
closing
help
the
put a
window.
timeline together to actually help find the missing pieces in this case.
Yep, you see the car at around the same time. The make and model would be nice. You know, you've seen, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A young black cat in your neighborhood that's not normally there, and you know what I'm saying. Let us know where you saw him at a gas station, wherever. Like, let us know. All those things add up to bits and pieces where we can fold the story together that will lead to leads when they investigate.
Right, you're absolutely right. Because if he was in a location where there are cameras in that area, that would be useful for us to be able to get that footage and actually piece this together to make it all come together and make sense.
Yes, if you have any Ring doorbell, any kind of camera footage that you're sitting on, please, even you do not have, you can remain anonymous. The family's asking that you do remain anonymous unless you want to not. You have to put it out there. If you have something, because I will repeat that again. Karma is definitely a thing. We have to step up and we have to be the community. They say it takes a whole tribe to raise a child. And this is a child we're talking about. We are the tribe. And the only way there is any hope for the future is if we pay attention to the youth. And what happened was wrong. And we can't, if anybody has any brain sense,
Yeah,
we know this is unjust. That's why we are all fighting. I
it's
did
very
not know James.
heartbreaking.
I did not. I know him through what I have researched. And I wish I would have got the chance to know him. I understand that he would have been a beautiful human being, and he was. And for that, it brings me to my knees. I can't fathom that there are certain individuals holding on to information that we need to justify, to find who did this. And it's not only that. I'm putting blame on
We
our justice
understand they
system.
want to help,
We
but let
cannot
them
keep
talk.
on putting
Do you
this
see what I'm
off and
saying
putting
now, Katie? Yeah,
labels on stuff when there are red
yeah.
flags. Everything in James's case is a red flag. How do we let this happen? And anybody that's listening right now,
I mean, I'm not being shady or anything like that. I support any content creator. You know, they're very, very new. Hold on, let me see how many I think they got, let me see. They're very new. They got 27 subscribers. Shout out to them. They got 27 subscribers. They're very new. So they trying their best to do their thing and bring awareness, I guess. I don't know if they only deal with crime. But you know, when you new, you don't know a lot. You know what I mean? So hopefully they'll learn as they go like I did. I made so many mistakes too, you know, and I'm still making mistakes. So they'll learn as they go on and on and on and on. But sometimes, it's okay to take feedback and suggestions when you watch somebody watching your video. Like we're watching their video. We're trying to explain to them. Let the parents speak. So maybe if they do watch our video and they see that, they would take that suggestion and don't take it harsh. I hope they don't take it harsh. We shout out to them for doing this. This is, very, very good. Show them love, everybody. Go check out the channel. But you gotta let mama talk.
How, as a community, do we let this just be swept under the rug as a suicide when it was not a suicide? Period. He was talking to his mom.
Yes.
My life is great. He was starting to get his grip in the community, getting jobs.
Oh, I can't.
This is what James was doing. But then there's
thumbnail.
another side
let
to
me
where
show you on here.
maybe the caseload's too big, or it's just another woo woo blam. And they put him in a category where this should never be. And this is not going to sleep until it's done right. Period. Because there's people in the community that we are speaking out. We're done with the BS. We're done with it.
And I want to add to this, not only was there foul play, and you guys see that, but the fact that they cremated his body was not okay. Because that's covering up so much stuff. We can never go back and find true answers for things. That's why we have to ask people for help at this point, because now you've cremated his body so that we can't go back for evidence. And that's a huge telltale.
Ever, as the investigators, I want to ask.
Wait a minute. There goes our answer, Katie and Sunshine. Ray of Sunshine. There goes our freaking answer. They cremated his body. Make me want to curse. Boy, if Dave wasn't sleeping right now, I would be flipping too. Did they have permission to do that? I want to know if Mama gave permission for that, since they didn't freeze his body. Right. They didn't freeze his body. They sure didn't. We looking at organ trafficking? And then people be thinking I be bugging out when I be saying that on my platform. Ray of Sunshine, how long we been talking about organ trafficking on Brooklyn Squad? For a minute. Come on now. We know, I'm telling you, it be happening.
At this point in time, have y'all ever, or anyone, have y'all ever received, the files? I know that we were getting into that on the last show. Have y'all received his, sorry to say this, but have y'all received his death certificate yet?
Nadine, could you maybe answer to that?
Yes, I have
For
a
a
death
long time,
certificate.
I believe, since the beginning, right,
Okay,
Katie?
honey. Okay.
Since
I
Yolanda
had to
Day.
request 2 death certificates for my daughter, because the first death certificate I got, my daughter, they described my daughter, and of course, when you get a death certificate and you read it, it's very, very hard to even look at it, much less read through everything, every part of it. But when you do, and you read, and there's so many things that are not right. And when I read about my daughter Autumn, that they're saying she had 1 tattoo, I'm like, oh no. Did y'all look at her? My daughter had way more than 1 tattoo. So I called the coroner's office here in our city. I was on the phone for hours. I was put to someone else, because, each city and state only has 1, each county, because there's so much with the human body. And so there's only certain people that are allowed to touch them and do certain things. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of calls that we will be making.
Something must have happened to
You
her
know,
daughter.
we had to call more than once to the coroner's office that if when we do have permission
That must be
to
her
call
daughter in the
them as
background, y'all,
well
right here.
and ask questions.
Forever.
I mean, some of those questions should be one, from the pictures yourself, you see his body was in condition where it wasn't deteriorated, where they had to cremate him. That there was just no reason for that. Also, we have questions about a visual autopsy. How can you walk past someone's body and say he looked like he committed suicide? I mean, there's just no way you can even do anything like that. Those are unanswered questions that we ourselves
It
need,
happens, Barbara.
as well as
Yeah.
his mother needs that for our peace of mind as
Well,
well.
he
You just can't
trafficking.
do that. His autopsy was done 8 days later. You guys have seen the pictures.
Excuse me.
I don't see why his body needed to be cremated.
Did they cremate it
Especially when he was only there for 2 weeks. I mean, he had only been there for 2 weeks.
Did they cremate?
So-
Did they cremate him without your consent?
No, it was consent, but the way they put it, they said he had to be in order to be brought back to Wisconsin. Because
So
they
misleading information is what they gave her.
Yes. Okay, so they kind of
That is a lot.
They kind of said this is
mm,
what's happening. You know,
mm.
they didn't mention that they did not put him in refrigeration, and they didn't mention all that. They just said this is the circumstances now, after they've been holding him without the proper care. They've been holding him there. That's it. So that's what they came to you as. This is basically what we have to do.
Yeah, this is what basically that's what he said.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
what
So
it
while she's
sounds
under
like, Vaya
emotional
Sunshine.
distress, then
Wow.
they tell her
That right
this,
there.
and she doesn't know what's really going on. She's not there to actually be a part of what she's seeing. So of course they tell her this, but that's their way of covering up the truth. And of course his mom doesn't know that. So I
Wow.
mean, we need answers to that. Why was that the case?
Exactly. Exactly.
She asked questions, but it
Wow.
was more so like he
Because they
kind of,
stole his organs.
the guy that she spoke to kind of had an attitude. He's like, well, I don't know what happened before he got here. I'm just letting you know what's going on now. And his body is in bad condition, so he needs to be cremated. It's pretty much what he said. So
And that's unacceptable.
And unfortunately, since you have never been in that circumstance, you didn't know the right questions to ask at the time.
Right.
Because he's not a doctor,
Exactly.
you know, and would know any. Okay.
And
Okay.
being in shock. Miss Nadine, I want to tell you, Mama,
I'm so sorry.
right now at this very second, that I'm wrapping my arms around you, that I love you, beautiful mother. I love you. And I just want you to know you have a whole team with you forever, forever. And after that,
Oh,
we are going to find justice for James.
Thank you.
And we are not going to stop, Mama. I just wanted to send you a hug and give you some love at this
That's
moment.
nice.
I just want you to know that
That's sweet, right, Shay Shay?
I feel your grief. I feel your pain. And we're not going to stop, sweet girl. We are not going to stop. We've got so much strength with us that we are unstoppable. There's nothing going to stop us, Mama, till we get to the truth. And we're not going to stop. You know, I just wanted to say that.
Yes. What we can do, what I can do is I can look into the news and I can see who me and Peggy know out there that know
Yes.
people
Oh,
in the
that's
news, and we'll bring it up and we will
every
set news dates. It's not in the air. We're going to set news dates so we can bring this back up so it's relevant.
They need
It's
Nancy.
got to stay relevant.
They need Nancy Grace to touch this case. That's who they need. They need Nancy Grace.
every day.
Every
day we'll be in their face. Somebody, some TV station, we're going to be calling in and around that area. Okay, if that little town, Metcalf, Greenville,
Cooper,
Mississippi.
Shay.
Okay, if their immediate TV
James Cooper,
station
he was only
does not want
23.
to know, ma'am, the investigators, with all the information that y'all have, and y'all have a lot of
23
information,
years old.
a lot of information, unanswered questions, thousands of unanswered questions. Okay, there is news
I went to
people
the funeral home.
that will want to know.
That's
They
right.
will. There are so many
They
people
looked
that
at me
want to
like I
know
was
the
crazy,
answers,
but they make you feel crazy.
because these
That
are
was a
questions that
nightmare.
we're not going to stop until we find the
Yes,
answers.
Barbara.
There are
Yes.
places we're going to call around those little towns. We're going to call other news departments and work inward to that town, so they have no other choice. Look, they're in the spotlight. They are being put a spotlight up on them. Okay, they have, what are they going to do? They are being looked at a certain way. And until justice is brought for James, what? There's too many, we're not stopping. And that's what I know to be true. And that's what's going on. We are going to go with it like that. If that, we have your permission. So that's, we're going to call any and every TV station in Mississippi. Okay.
Yes,
Every
that'll be
single
great.
station.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what we will start first thing in the morning. Exactly. I will start Googling tonight, because there's radio, TV stations.
We
There's
need help with an attorney
there's,
also. If I could throw that in there, we need help with an attorney. We need someone that's going
She
to
needs an
be
attorney. She needs
solely looking for justice, not a person that you're friends with, not somebody you golf with and you have buddy system. We need someone who's going to.
She needs a private investigator. She needs an attorney, because, honey, that other girl is walking and living and breathing her life like nothing is going on. And this mother needs justice.
Truly do their job and truly help find justice for this family. And we do need that help.
You guys need a retainer fee. We need to start a GoFundMe.
That's
what they have a GoFundMe.
That's yes.
Just for a retainer fee.
They
for
do.
that.
Okay.
They start a hype and start it just for that.
Okay.
So everything that in the past is relevant for the past, and this
I'm
is
trying
for
to
right
see
now.
her daughters.
And we can open it, and then we need to start hitting the news and making it relevant again, so people can put eyes. Because the more people, the more godly spirit we have that sees, the more eyes we see, that the more people it hits, the more we know that it's going to, the energy is going to roll into.
They manipulate the parents to making the
you're right,
choices
we have
quickly, so they
we
can
have to raise money
manipulate
for an attorney.
close
So we'll
to
start a
case.
GoFundMe.
So
we
they
have to hit the news.
Y'all start that.
Yes,
Y'all start that and share it with us.
Okay.
Put it in the group. Y'all start it, since there's already a group.
Yes, we don't want
with all of us there.
Start it there with your cards, all that stuff. Make it that for that.
Y'all start that and share it with us, and we will get it out there whenever it's created. Like, we'll do it tonight, tomorrow.
I will
just put it
it
there, and we will see it
every day. I have 5,000 groups that I put to every day, and I know all of who's all in the industry, the music industry, but that goes far. And on that part, also, I'm going to get a hold of people that I know that work in the music, in the radio, and in the news, because I know all the people out here that work in Detroit in the radio and the news, and I'm going to see who knows who.
And the guy from Channel 7, he may be able to contact someone down there in Mississippi. The guy from Channel 2 News up there, because they know people and know how to directly get in touch with them.
Bet.
Wonderful. We appreciate all of that.
Yes, definitely.
And yes. Again, y'all, please put out the GoFundMe, any and every way of contact. If y'all want to put that out again.
Again, also, if any moral support, if anybody has anything that can help his mom and his sister out, with
Me
any
too.
moral support, with anything you can think of, any
Like,
kind of
these
positive
cases, like
energy.
just
Please
numbers,
go through
right?
with it. They need you.
That's the part right there,
We
Barbara.
need you
Ray
to
of Sunshine. I
support.
was gonna say Barbara.
All of this
Lord,
is
help them
such a
open
tragic
their hearts to do it.
tragic
Let somebody know something.
situation,
Yes.
and we're not fighting for justice, because obviously we know we're going up against a huge bat. We're fighting for James. Period.
Me too.
We're fighting for James. That's it.
Mm.
Reach out to his mom and his sister. They need all the support they can get. Any kind of if you guys have any channels, if anybody's listening that's on my board that has any podcasts that you can put them on, all awareness is good, and it's blessed, and it's accepted, and they need you. They need you right now. All I can say right now, I can't, like, I get to stuttering when I get to feeling this way. And I just want to say, I feel like he's one of mine. Like, I feel like, I'm 40 years old, so he could very well be my child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
My parents all had young, so it really hits. And when
that's what I be saying, like all these cases and stuff like that. Like a lot of us, like we are mothers, like we have kids too. Like it hits us because we have kids. I have kids out there. I have a boy and I have 2 girls. I can't even imagine doing this for them. Up here searching for them with you guys. Saying, hey, put in her birthday or see if you could find this and this for my daughter. And, like I couldn't even imagine. I really couldn't. So I just like do my part, do what I can do with the help of y'all. Because when y'all share it, y'all are helping put the cases out too. So y'all participating as well. And thank you for that. Thank you. And I know the parents appreciate that too. Yeah, and doing it. Oh, whew. Great, great, great justice. You have no idea.
I heard you last month, it made me cry, and I want to put you on my podcast, and I want to make it good. I want to put everything out there, and I want to do you right.
Lips felt dry.
And I want to be behind you 100 million% on anything you do. I want to help you guys out, and all I know is if we just keep on going, something will have to be done. Something will have to be done.
Every day, we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Anything y'all need, again, anything that the investigators that y'all want to put out, please put that out. Let people know again where they can go and find y'all right now.
Okay, and on the Crimes Uncovered website and also on his Facebook, we do have the GoFundMe on there. We can always adjust the wording so that they do know this is a retainer fee, but that GoFundMe is already there, so it's available to be shared at this time. So, and we're just asking for any help. Any small amount of anything will help. That's from information to donation to GoFundMe, any of it will all be greatly appreciated.
And go sign the petition, please.
Link down
how do you
below,
get to the
guys.
petition?
So you guys,
yes, let them know how to get to the petition.
The petition and the GoFundMe are both linked to his Facebook, the Justice for James Cooper, and also at the crimes-uncovered.com. Both of those links are on both of those sites. They can reach that information.
Yep. Go to his Facebook, Justice for James. They turned his Facebook into Justice for James. It was James Cooper.
Oh, Justice for James. I'm sorry.
Yep. You can find all those links under there in the GoFundMe. Anything helps, and they're trying to retain a lawyer. Actually, also, if anybody's looking for, if you're a lawyer and you're looking for, what's it called? When they do it for free.
Pro bono.
If anybody's looking for a pro bono, if anybody's got the backbone to look for a pro bono and they know and they're ready for it, come on, bring it on. Let's go. Bring that on.
Yes.
Let's go. You got fight.
Yes.
You got fire in you. We need
Oh,
fire.
yeah,
We need
that's
fire.
something
Come on,
to
bring it.
too.
Bring it for
Yes.
James. This
Barbara.
is not justice for James. This is
Oh,
for
no.
James. Period. I all I know is if we push together, if we link together, and we use our resources, and we just keep on going headstrong, we will get there. We will get there. It's
Yes.
one little tiny little small little tiny little thing, and either we will or God will. You know,
Mhm.
those people will not. Those people who did wrong to James, they will not have a good life. So we're gonna get to them, or God's gonna. I don't know.
Right.
Allah. I know that. I know that in my heart. I know that in my heart. I do.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And I thank you guys for believing in James's case and for being a voice adding to this. I mean, all it takes is just one. And now we have a group of us that are actually standing up and being his voice,
It's
supporting his mom and his family. And so we really appreciate that.
his families need it all. Of
Yeah.
course, you're welcome,
I just want to
Barbara.
say one more thing. If I'm not town leader, I need to find out who did it. Period.
I'm calling the mayor's office as well in Metcalf, Greenfield, Mississippi. I am calling the mayor's office. I am absolutely calling every single office down there, because they're going to know there's other people looking at them. Like I said, the spotlight is being turned on them. The spotlight
Right,
from
girl.
every single person, all the way from different cities and states, all the way out, all the way in.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go like this. Let's go like
Yes.
this.
Put a
Let's go like this.
spotlight on them.
Yes. We can't, like, we gotta, if it's not happening in that town, we're gonna go like this.
Yeah.
That's something that I like what she said, you know, calling the mayor, calling every single body in that town. Blow the phones up. Make the emails go crazy. Blow it up. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to answer and look at something. Why are these phones going off the hooks? Why are these emails going off the hooks? What the hell going on? What's going on? What's going on? Make somebody talk. Make somebody answer. Can't just get ignored like that. Exactly. Exactly, Shay Shay. Yes, girl. Yes.
Yes.
Period.
Exactly. It's
Definitely.
bring word by word, by person by person by person.
Yeah, that female
Also,
Shay Shay, his
is there-
girlfriend. She's,
James'
Hi,
mother?
beautiful baby.
but we don't know who she is, what's
Oh,
her name. We don't know what
Hi,
class
little
she
one.
is.
Yes, it's
We don't
okay.
know where she live
Hi,
at. We
little
don't
one.
know if she's still around. We don't know
Nadine,
where
is
she
it
at
okay
right
if
now.
I pass on
Where she
if I
working
pass
at
on your
right now.
story
We
to
don't know what
other
they're doing
podcasters out
because
here, and they can get a hold of
the
you?
mothers,
Okay. Awesome.
they having,
Okay.
you know.
Awesome.
It'll be fine. Be perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna get everybody stirring up, because the
And
only way
again, you know, I know that DJ Be Lethal, anytime that y'all would like to come, you know, we can do this every week. You know, even on Tuesdays, if y'all are available, we could do it on, you know, Autumn's Way Through show, Wednesday, Thursday, any Friday, day, night, DJ Be
I'm
Lethal.
wondering if that's
Shout
his
out to
sister.
LLR, Linda's Legacy,
I'm wondering if that's
for
his
everything
sister.
that he does. I mean,
Maybe.
everything that he has
I would
created.
definitely love
and its
her for the mother
subjects and its
quest
life
to who he has
situations
story upon
such
what
as this
happened.
that we
We
speak
don't have
on.
enough clip. We
And
don't,
when I
right.
read it,
I'm
I
gonna
just
reach
I
right,
immediately
right.
sent it to DJ B.
That
Lethal.
right
I said,
there,
sir,
Katie. That
I
right
reach
there,
out to this
Katie.
mother. Just reading it.
Y'all forced
Just
to be reckoned with.
reading it. Yes. Yes.
I heard it
Just,
and I was
just
like,
reading it. And
I
I absolutely too.
That right there, Katie.
I absolutely just knew
Yep.
that this beautiful family needs help. And DJ B. Lethal with LLR Ohio, I know what a beautiful platform. I knew that DJ B. Lethal could get the word out.
Yes, Shay. I was saying what Katie said that right there because Katie was saying, I would definitely love to hear from the mother as to who was and I would definitely love to hear from the mother as to who he was and her story upon what happened because we don't have enough clarified information at all. And we really, really don't. We didn't hear nothing. This interview has been a hot long minute. And we don't know nothing about this case, barely. I mean, we know little bits and bits because we listen to other content creators, that basically told a little bit before we even got to this part. Shay, you know what I mean? Like I played 2 other content creators that told a little bit. I just found out about this case today. Somebody sent it to me. I got a whole notebook of cases right now that I'm working on. So I just beamed out this one, but we won't, we don't know much about this, and I really want to hear from the mother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to her myself. And I would like, because I really want to know about this case. I really, really do. There's so much I want to find out. And I really want to know about her son, how he was, his character, what he liked to do, like what was his passion. Besides the case, I want to know who was her son. Well, I don't even know who her son was because he seemed like a loving person. And we just want to hear that part from her, not the advocate, not the content creators. We really want to hear that part from her. Shout out to them because they getting the story out and they doing their thing, but you're not gonna really know the story well unless you hear it from the parents. Really, Barbara? I'm sorry, baby. When I call everyone, I just get told they will call me back. Nothing is everyday job. And Barbara, if you need me to make phone calls, let me know. Let me know. Send me the numbers and I'm on it. Oh, also, sis, I want to know. Sis, I want to know as well. This case reminds me of another case. Really? What case is that, Shay? Yes, that's what I'm saying, Shay. You wouldn't know the mother is on there. She's right here in the black. Okay, look where my arrow is, Shay. Right here. You see where my arrow is? This is his mother. I think she said like 3 words. She's been on here for the whole 2 hours. This is his mother right here. Well, you wouldn't have known she was on there, right? And it's not no bad. We're not shaming the content creators. They knew, you know what I'm saying? They doing the best they can. I know they pretty say that they very, you know, how you call it? They're very uppery about getting a case like this as becoming a new content creator too. So they're probably like all over the place also. You know what I mean? But shout out to them. They're doing the best that they can do. You know?
In a community based as what we do, and that we will not shut up. We, you know, this is, you know, justice for James Cooper. We're never going to stop. Miss Nadine, I promise you, ma'am, everything that we can do, any and everything we can do for you and your family, your beautiful daughter, any and everything we can do for you and those beautiful grandbabies and your family. I want you, I know I said that earlier,
You
but
ain't even
we
know
are
the mother
here.
was up here. That's what
We are your team. You let us know. You text us anytime, day or night. Let us know anything that we can do. We are always here for you in anything possible.
Right.
Because we're not going to stop, Mama. We're not stopping.
No.
Right, Shay Shay. You wouldn't have known the mother was up here, right? Wow, but they should have her talk though. We need to know more, in my opinion. Sorry to say it, but I'm keeping it real. Right, that's what I'm saying. And then you got the advocate, which is her right here in the blue. She's the one, not in the blue. Well, yeah, the B right here. She's supposed to be the advocate, I guess, for the mother. But I don't even think she knew the son. She knew her son. And I could tell by the way she was speaking to Pondit, by just certain words that she used. But what was his favorite color? Just things like that. Yeah, I want to know, what did he take up in school? Did he go to school? Did he graduate? Um, what did he take up in class? What was his dream job? What was his job? Because they said he had a job. What work did he do? We don't even know what work he did. They said he had a job. What work did he do? Like we want to know about him too. Knowing about the case is good. But shit, we don't even know about the damn case. All right. Girl, I will call them mother. I will call them people up. They better not play with me, Barbara. Maybe she's shocked. Yeah. She's still I think so, because the advocate was saying, she's still going through a lot and stuff like that. But I think it's with this interview also. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be quiet. Let me see what she's saying. But says, I can't remember the case, but I know it definitely reminds me of a previous case. Oh, there's so many though, right, Shay? There is so many. I wonder if you're talking about, I'm going to look it up and I'm going to ask you if that's the one. I don't know. I couldn't shut up. Barbara said I couldn't shut up. Barbara is too much. Barbara is too much.
Oh, here for all y'all.
Miss Nadine or
Bob
beautiful
was too
daughter,
much.
would
Bob
y'all
was
like to
saying, I don't
add
know, 'cause I couldn't be
anything?
quiet. Bob said, I'll tell it all. That's why Barbara was Bob was saying, shit. I'm gonna let y'all
I
know what
just
happened.
need anybody out there that knows something, say something, speak up.
Yeah, she might be
'Cause
still
I'm
in
not gonna
shock
stop.
and stuff,
I'm
and
not
she
gonna stop.
just don't, you know.
You can.
See, that's the mother right
You
there.
won't. And sister, what I want to say is, you're so young and all that. Look, if you can do all the Googling and stuff, look and share your story to the newscast. Write them, go on your newscast stations and put the
Oh,
story on.
that's
If they
his
ask if you have
sister
a crime that needs to be
and
investigated,
his mother.
bring it up, kick up dust, put names out there. You know what I'm saying? Do as much as you can to drop so we can get news coverage. Because when we get news coverage, we get people's hearts and we get petitions signed,
right
and then
though.
that's where we can push paper.
She
And
right.
that's
And
what
you can
really
always tag us in anything that you want us to see, and we can push it out.
Anything. Anytime you're feeling lonely, get on there and do positive. Try to reach out, pushing the story to the news, all that. Like, do not let this pull you back. Push it forward and keep the steam. All I know is I know you got to keep in a positive, productive manner. And what you know is media, because you're a young cat. You're a young cat. You know media. So you can do this. You can make people understand. You can reach out to the news. Do it. You can.
Yes, and her whole page, I've been to your page too. And
right.
Yes, it is Justice for James. Yes. We see it, baby. We feel your energy. You are such a beautiful,
I'm so sorry.
You're a whole force of energy. And you have us as well, sweetie. Anything that we can possibly do, anything y'all need, that we will do anything that we can to help y'all in any way possible. We're not going to stop. We're going to bring the light. We're going to put the light on that little town. We're going to start reaching out to TV stations tomorrow, calling the mayor's office again, calling all the prosecutor's office. We will call any place that we can look up and call and have questions, because we have questions, and we will, call, get it re-looked at, get things reopened, and yes.
All right, I think they finished. So they're refusing to give the mother his tablet. See, there they go, refusing to give the parents they damn self, their phone and stuff like that, because this is a cover up. This is a fucking cover up.
We are going to reopen and have a lot of things looked at, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome, beautiful mama. We're sending you, we have so much power sometimes that we forget about. Grief is something that we never want them to understand or go through. But once we're there, we are energy that we don't know anything about. And you have so much power because all of his love, mama, it's inside of you. Because our loved ones, when they leave us their love, because that's what they have to give us. And that's what we have to give them in this lifetime. And even when they're gone, is love. It's unbreakable and it's unstoppable, is love. And that's what holds everything and everybody together, is love and passion. Because without that, it's bad and cold and it's not good. So that's why I hold love, I push love, and I know that love from our loved ones is what we have. And that's what will get us through. I promise you that, mama. And I just wanted to share that with you and to everyone that is listening. We have love. We are unstoppable.
I know that's right,
We are
Barbara.
unbreakable. Even though when we feel at our
That's right.
lowest, that
Yeah,
love
Shay Shay,
is
this
still going
happened
to
in
pull us
Mississippi,
up
girl.
and pull us through and keep us
Yes.
strong, one foot in front of the other. And we're going to find justice for James, and we're never going to stop.
Amen. Amen.
Right.
Right.
We got this. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
But-
kick up dust. Let's cause a fuss tomorrow. Let's do this.
We are.
Let's do this.
All right. Well, I thank everybody for coming out, and we will continue to push. I've been playing the first episode every morning on the B-sides, and now that I got this episode, maybe I'll play this in the evening so they can wake up and go to bed hearing about what they need to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you can also share this out from YouTube. I shared it out as well. That's what I've been doing, sitting here.
Okay, we get it. Wow. Sad, man. They don't want to give him. Let me see something. What you were saying, Katie. I want to read what. Let me see this. He was hung from a lamp post in Greensville, Mississippi. This happened in Greenville. Yeah, you're right. They refused to return her the tablet because you know what? There's information on that tablet, and they don't want her to see it. They don't want her to see it. She needs to get that tablet. There's always something. I'm telling you, the phone, tablets. It's gonna lead you to something. It's gonna lead you to something. How do they get to reopen if he's been cremated? How do they get it reopened if he's been cremated? I don't know, Barbara. I don't know. She had to take legal action in order to get records and reports. Responsibility. I don't know, Barbara. It says she had to take legal action in order to get records and reports. Yeah, that happened. Look at what Jelani Day's mother. Look at what Barbara's going through too. This is crazy. Look how long it took Carmen Day for Jelani's phone, and then for them to open it. Come on, man. This is insane. This shit is crazy. There is stuff on that tablet. That tablet, what they doing is they erasing everything on there right now. They erasing everything on there. So when she do get the rights to get that tablet and she open it, ain't gonna nothing be on there. But her texts with her son or maybe his job information, stuff like that. But ain't nothing gonna be on there that was on there before that would lead to what the hell happened to him. She definitely need legal help. It's crazy. Shame. I hate this so much. These Ahsoka investigators need to get it together. Yeah. Well, it needs to be an investigation. That's what it needs to be. And let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all heard it. Oh, Shay, you came up a little late. You didn't hear it. But the coroner, when she came to the crime scene, she even said that this is not a suicide. She even said this is not a suicide. So I was like, come on. Unfortunately, do their job, what the commandments help them to do. Higher powers need to get their goal hearted, whereas in check on their job property or cases. Right. Exactly. With that, y'all, we're going to keep the family in prayer like we do every other victim's family and the victims. We're going to keep sharing. Share this video, please. I'm going to sit here for hours and chop it up and share it on TikTok and groups and wherever else. So we can get, it's not much that we know, but at least we know a little something. 2 other content creators talked about him a little bit before we saw them do their interview or, do their live with her. And, shout out to them too. And just, what I was thinking? She need Nancy Grace on the case. That's what she need, Nancy Grace on the case. And she also need that other guy from YouTube. I forgot his name. I don't know his name. But we be watching him sometimes. The black guy. Let me see if I can find him. He be telling it. I forgot his name, but I'm tired, y'all. But yeah, when I figure out tomorrow with some more cases, then I'll tell you his name. Matter of fact, we'll look at his channel tomorrow, actually. Probably. What you talking about, Shay? Oh my God, says you look so good. Did you lose weight? Yes, I lost over 80, 90 pounds, girl. Yes, I have. I've been doing it. It's been like a year, over a year, and it just keep happening. Thank you so much. I do. Thank you. Aw. You made me feel so good just now. Thank you. You notice it? Yes, I like him too. Yes, I like him. I do like him. Tell him Brooklyn Squad like his videos. Who don't want to do interviews anymore? Who don't want to do interviews anymore, Barbara? Which show don't want to do it? Aw. They made you pay for the records. Oh no, it wasn't the Pascal show I was talking about, but I do like him though. I do like him. But it's another guy. He talked about Jelani Day. And let me see if I can find him. Because we watched him a few times. Let me see. I bet once I write Jelani Day, he gonna come up. Watch. He gonna come up. Let me see if y'all could guess. No, that name don't look familiar. Look, as soon as I put Jelani Day, the news comes up and he comes up. Ronald S. Martin. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Hold on. Ronald S. Martin. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Okay, give me a minute. Y'all gonna make me want to just be on here all night with y'all people. Be on here all night. And be over here all night. And be over here all night. And all night. And Ronald S. Martin. Hold on, y'all. Cause we rock with Ronald. Y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all how he rock. Hold on. This guy.
2021, black teen Durante Martin was found dead in the attic of a white man's house with a gunshot wound to his head. The homeowner is a man named James
Oh, you
Wade,
see it, Shay?
who
We
is
got
said to be a
1,047.
known white supremacist. The local coroner quickly ruled his death a suicide. After months of his family's questions and the completion of a second autopsy, an impaneled jury concluded that Durante's death was the result of violence, not suicide. It's been a year, and no one still has yet been held responsible for Durante's death. The family wants the Department of Justice to get involved in finding out what happened to Durante Martin. Katie Ryan is the chief of staff for Campaign Zero, and Erica Lotz is Durante Martin's mother. They've joined us now to break down this quite disturbing story. First off, let me ask you this, Erica.
Yeah.
So, did Durante know this man, James Wade?
No. He did not know James Wade.
Okay, so Durante doesn't know this guy. So how in the world did Durante end up in the guy's attic?
Durante went to the house with a friend of his who lived there at the house.
Okay, so a friend of Durante's lives at this house. Is Durante's friend related to James Wade?
I'm not sure of the exact relationship between and James Wade.
Katie, do you know?
Yeah, actually, so this is, Roland, first of all, thank you so much for elevating this story. It is exceptionally disturbing. And as you suggested earlier, we have far more questions than answers. So a lot of the questions that you're asking off the jump are quite a few of what we need answered. The real timeline of Durante's death actually started last year, April 22nd, 2021, where in which was a day that Durante actually had surgery on his hand. So he had a broken arm, had surgery. He was in a cast in his right arm, dominant hand, right hand to wrist, or hand to elbow rather. And 2 days later, we know that he went with a peer, a group of peers who took him to a party that was occurring at the home of James Wade. James Wade, as you said, is a known white supremacist. He's an individual who prominently hangs a Confederate flag from his front porch, has a Facebook profile riddled with racist jokes and memes. Durante, as one would expect at a home of a white supremacist, was the only Black individual at the party. The party was, all the other attendees were white. That was on April the 24th. What we know to that point is then at 3 o'clock in the morning is when Durante's body was found in the attic in sort of like a makeshift closet of the home of James Wade. And we have the 911 call that James Wade made very calmly to local police to say, apparently a guy just shot himself in my attic. And in fact, we have the audio of that 911 call if you want it for anyone interested on our justicefordurante.com site. That is the timeline of his death. And then, of course, there is a series of subsequent happenings that make this case even more bizarre and have been barriers to accountability.
Was there any type of investigation by authorities?
Well, what we know is that after Durante was found dead, no authorities contacted Ms. Lotz about her son's death. Within 24 hours of his killing, a coroner had already conducted an autopsy, embalmed his body without Ms. Lotz's permission, ruled the death a suicide. Ms. Lotz only spoke to authorities, the local sheriff, 2 days after his death on her, because she initiated a phone call.
What? Y'all hear this shit? They already bombed his death and did whatever they had to do already without her knowing anything. Oh my God, I can't, y'all. As a mother, I think I would have, oh my God, this is bugging me out. Same as Timmy was, Barbara. Same county. Oh, this is big cover. This is too much. Big cover up, yes. Yes. Just like the case before we just did. You got to check that out too. Don't BH, cannot pronounce that. But New Subby, you got to check that one out too.
She called and spoke with the sheriff, who said they could provide no information. She obviously knew her son very well and that a suicide was out of the question as a cause of death. She hired an independent pathologist to conduct a second autopsy. That independent pathologist showed that it, in fact, was inconsistent with suicide. Then a jury was impaneled. That jury determined the cause of death was violence. It was not suicide. That was supposed to spark a second investigation, moving from the sheriff and into the hands of the Missouri Highway Patrol.
So hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm trying to, again, I'm following here. So,
he's like
Katie
me.
and Erica, you're telling me that a jury was in panel. Was that a grand jury by the DA?
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes, sir.
correct.
Okay. So the DA, so the DA impounded a grand jury. The
Yes,
grand jury said it was violence.
death by violence.
Has the DA so the DA hasn't indicted anybody?
No,
Roland,
sir.
to this date, 0 arrests have been made in the case of Durante
Okay.
Martins.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm confused. I'm still confused here. The DA impaneled a grand jury, correct?
Yes, of 6 members. It was
The grand jury came back and said death by violence, correct?
yes, sir.
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. Keep It Quilted means comfort that feels good and does good. With 5 million trees planted.
Yes, sir. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wow, Barbara.
yes, sir. They told me that it was death by violence, and they pretty much are going to leave it as a suicide.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm again, I'm not a lawyer. I've covered enough cases, and I'm Katie. I'm absolutely confused here. When a DA impanels a grand jury, and the grand jury comes back and says death by violence, normally a DA indicts somebody or somebody gets arrested. Are you saying that the DA hasn't indicted anybody? This guy hasn't been arrested? Nobody's been arrested in a year?
No.
Yeah, so what's interesting about this case, and I think specifically, this is specific to Missouri state law, was that the jury was impaneled because of a coroner's inquest. That jury was essentially to review all of the interviews, review the outcomes of the autopsy, and then draw the conclusion if it was plausible that this was death by suicide or death by violence. Their determination that it was death by violence is what triggered then the case moving out of the sheriff's department and then being reassigned to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, which is the way that the investigatory bodies sort of begin to escalate in the state of Missouri. So the case moved to the Highway Patrol. The Highway Patrol, in theory, investigated. Ms. Lotz has been provided with very little information. All that we know is that the case has been closed, that they determined also it was suicide, that no arrests were made, and that there are no charges being brought against anyone.
That's a
wow. So, Erica, that's it. That's just their whole deal is sorry.
Yes. They didn't even say sorry.
Shame.
I asked Sheriff Katie when I spoke to her about could she tell me what happened? And she told me she couldn't tell me anything. And I said, so only thing you can tell me is I have a dead son. And she told me exactly.
There are multiple
This
things
is
happening in this.
Katie. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say there's just at every turn and with every sort of body of law enforcement that this case has moved through, there has been inconsistent work, to put it lightly. There has been a complete lack of transparency about who is doing what. And there has been, quite frankly, like a level of cruelty and callousness that Ms. Lotz has encountered. She has been told both by the sheriff and then by an officer within the Missouri Highway Patrol that the best thing for her to do was to accept the fact that her son committed suicide, which makes no sense given the fact that, again, to revisit, he had just had surgery on his dominant hand. So he was in a full cast. He was at the home of a known white supremacist who, and Roland, this is going to blow your mind, this is the second individual at this man's property who has allegedly died by suicide. There was another man named Nicholas Lowry a few years prior whose body was found at James Wade's property, shot in the head, and the coroner ruled it a suicide as well. So we have a pattern of behavior here.
Was Nicholas black?
No, and it sort of, I think that makes the a little bit more interesting, the story a little more interesting. He had closer ties or relationships with James Wade, and it just sort of goes to show that there might be a level of comfortability of covering up crimes at this particular individual's house.
For sure.
Well, I literally just astounded. Certainly keep us abreast, Erica and Katie, what happens. We certainly would do our part to elevate this. Let us know if there are going to be any public rallies or demonstrations or anything around this case, because it's certainly it's a lot of folk I got questions for.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, I mean, here's the thing, Roland, we are really sort of like, we don't want this to be the case in which another Black man in Southern Missouri dies and we just accept what people are saying is true, right? But that we are challenging this in a very loud, vocal, and public way. We want to drive people to the site, justicefordurante.com. We would love to see the federal department get involved to have this case completely moved out of Missouri so that we can have fresh eyes and actually get to the truth about what happened to this young man who was about to live his dream of playing college football, and that we can get Ms. Lott's answers. We can't get her son back, but she certainly deserves peace of mind to know what happened to him.
Katie, Erica, I thank you both. Keep us abreast of what happens.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
So 6 Bowls, you live out there? And it's just like that out there, huh? They don't take responsibility for anything. And it's just big setup. Just a big old setup. They taking bodies and taking organs left and right probably too, right? I wonder if they doing man, this shit is crazy, man. Setting up a lot of people. Wow. You're near, okay. Highway Patrol East, the same people that was on Timmy's case. Get the hell out of here, Barbara. What? Oh, Lord. Talking about corruption big time. This is looking like this is a big pattern. Look how God brought us to this case, because I just happened to wanted to show y'all before we ended what other content creator I like and who speaks up for us people and stuff like that. Didn't know I was going to do this exact video of him. But look what God works. I'm telling you, mysterious ways that you probably don't make sense to y'all, but damn it makes sense to Brooklyn Squad. Right, y'all? Wow. That's what they tell you. Wow. You need to just go away and move on. That's the one. That's what said. He said that. Yes. You need to just go on and move on with your life. They got the nerve out there. This shit can't be going on. Something got to happen. Something got to happen. It just can't be going on like this. There's got to be someone or somebody that we could stand up to and say something. They can't just be taking our children and thinking it's okay. They can't. They can't keep getting away with this shit, man. Missouri is a hard place to survive and get ahead for most of this. Just a glimpse of what they allow here. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is a shame. This is a shame. They do talk like you're trash to family members. They do it to me all the time. I know you told me, Barbara, the way they talk to you, the way they talk to Jelani Day's mother, the way they talk to other parents out here. It's a shame. It's a freaking shame. They just talk to y'all like you said it, like y'all trash. This shit is the way they talk to Aaliyah's mother. This is crazy. Shit don't make no damn sense. This makes me so sad to my stomach, Katie said. Yes, me too. So sorry. I told you. Yes, I believe you, Barbara. This is crazy, y'all. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Thank you. Robert, Monique, Jason, I've heard some strange stories. I ain't never heard a situation where you impanel a grand jury and they conclude it was death by violence. Then all of a sudden the Missouri Highway Patrol goes, no, it was suicide. Wow. I'll start with you, Robert.
Well, I need some more information because, like you were saying, this is a absolutely ridiculous case, and quite frankly, most forensic labs can very quickly tell whether or not a gunshot wound was a suicide or not. You look at whether or not there was dust residue on the hands of the individual who committed suicide. You look at the angle of the entry wound and of the exit wound. You look at the type of ammo that was loaded, whether or not the individual owned a firearm, where the firearm came from, those sorts of things. So it's not really that difficult to find out whether or not not a suicide did take place. In this case, it does sound like another situation where the death of a black boy is simply not being respected by America. You do not give them those same human rights. You do not put a second thought into it, and therefore you believe the kind of cockamamie story that it was a suicide. So I do think more information has to go into this. I think the state of Missouri Justice Department, their Attorney General, so launched an investigation into it. We saw in the Ahmaud Arbery case that it wasn't until the state stepped in and intervened that we saw an actual prosecution and later on the conviction of the Michaels and the other individual in that case. So more information has to come to light, but the family absolutely has to continue fighting this going forward, because there's more there than what we're seeing.
It's like the Garden of Eden. It's a real place.
How do you know it's a real place?
I was there.
You're going to have to elaborate on that.
It's not far from Baghdad in Iraq, but again, it's a physical place. It exists, but you can't see it
We got a
if you fly
commercial
over it.
here.
The scriptures speak about it. If you're going to fly over it with a
Monique?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very familiar with this case. I want to thank you, Roland, for taking the time to amplify the work that Campaign Zero has been trying to do, which is really just has been screaming into the void about this case. The Justice Department, as you know, it takes so much for them to be able to take cases on. So it really, we have to have a continuous outcry where you can't, in cases like this, trust the state. There have been so many things to go wrong in Missouri, whether it's Ferguson or beyond, that we are seeing more and more of the same. Two important points. The prosecutor for Madison County called this inquest, which is a coroner's inquest, because of the suspicious circumstances. So even though there was this coroner's report quickly saying suicide, he called for the inquest, maybe thinking that they would confirm that and quiet everybody down. But after listening to the testimony, this jury got together for 2 hours and came out and said, no, it was death by violence. Important to note, a neighbor testified in the inquest, and these are all public records, saying that James Wade, the supremacist who owns this house, had all but confessed to him at a Walmart, that it would be the easiest thing in the world for him to get away with if he had done it, or something like that was the quote. I'm not using the exact language, but I'm pretty close to it. So we had that witness. We had others who were in the house who were saying, that it was unlikely that it happened in this way. We had his full cast on a dominant arm, and they're saying that a gun that wasn't his, that he somehow in the attic decided at 3 o'clock in the morning that it was time for him to end his life. The family doesn't know what happened to the gun. The gun didn't belong to him. The place where he died had been cleaned, had been in some ways anesthetized. The scene was trampled. There were a lot of people there. It was a party. So we don't have pictures of exactly what happened or how he was found. To Robert's point, you would think that there would be some things that you would be able to tell, but they were not able to tell those things. And the second examiner said that the wound was not consistent with suicide, that the scene and things were not consistent with suicide, but unreliable as well, because they did this first examination and then embalmed the body. So making it very difficult to be accurate in all scores on the second part. So this is one of those cases where if we could see that the police had done it, people would be all over it, because one, that's considered a high profile case. Two, there's a sure finish line for civil litigators on how somebody's going to get paid out of it. But instead, we've got a dead black boy who had his full life in front of him. And we've got this known white supremacist who seems to be either knowing way more than he's telling, or worst case scenario, getting away with murder. And something absolutely needs to be done to let the Missouri law enforcement officials know that this is not going to go unanswered, that people are not going to just be quiet and go away.
If you want your views to look like this on YouTube, you need to make sure that you're posting with the right titles, posting at the right time, and using the...
Absolutely stunning, Jason.
Damn.
I couldn't believe it. I read about the case, but I couldn't believe hearing particularly that there was someone else who had committed suicide in a similar manner at this guy's house. I mean, that's literally the same, probability as getting struck by lightning 3 or 4 times. It just doesn't add up. And the fact that they had a protest in that town, which was, in that area of Missouri, which was home to a Ku Klux Klan member who was killed by his wife a couple of years ago. And one of the things that happened at one of the protests for Durante was that people threw nooses at the protesters. So I think that when you take that all into account, you start to see why these charges aren't being filed. Why, the things like the embalming of the body and all these kinds of things. It just reminded me kind of Emmett Till, how they tried to bury him really quickly before the news got back to Chicago that he had been killed. I cannot fathom, I've been trying to think of another explanation, and I know that there were people at the party who said it was a suicide. Now, if I were 17 or so, and I'd seen or maybe been in an area where a young boy had been killed, maybe I would say it was suicide too, out of fear. And I think that needs to be taken into account as well. But this guy essentially confessed. I mean, this is, a confession if I ever saw one. And we know he used, the N-word. We know he didn't like Black people. We saw the stuff that he put on the internet. And yet, I can't believe with the death of a child that this guy is more than likely going to get away with it. It is unbelievable. And particularly when it's clear he died by violence. This has been corroborated by 2 different entities. And the fact that this isn't a nationwide story, that people aren't screaming this from the rooftops. When you Google it, a couple of mainstream outlets have
that right there too. That right there too. This should be everywhere. Just like the last story we just looked at. That young man hanging from a pole. That story should be everywhere. I should have been known about that, and not somebody sending it to me. Like, it should be on the news. One I could put it on. It should be on the news. People should be knowing about it so they could be doing stories on it. I mean, come on. But it's never going to be like that when it's a cover-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never going to be on social media looking at, you know what I'm saying? When it's a cover-up. I'm getting tired, y'all. Mind me. I hope y'all know what I'm saying. From what I understand, the family told me for gunshot residue and he was shot 3 feet away. Really? They told, well, the story that we did before this one, Newbie, I gotta call you Newbie because I don't know how to say your name down here. Is Don't Ban? Bhan? The story before this one was James Cooper. You gotta really, that was, his girlfriend set him up on that one. They found him hanging. But, I don't know what's his name. Let me see. Hold on. I will tell you. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. We just happened to go on this story. We didn't even say we was going to work it or nothing. But that's how God works. Don't be hating. Like it. I like it. But hold on. Let me see. Oh, I did hear of his case before. Maybe I'm just tired. Deontay Martin. I think I did cover his case. Deontay Martin. When it first happened, I did. Or was it something else? No. Oh, no. That was something else. But yeah, but that's who we covering. Deontay Martin. I gotta go back and look at my playlist. I did cover, didn't I, Katie? A while back, right? Deontay Martin. We sure, yes. Yes, I did cover this. Yes, I did. If any of y'all want to see any of my content, yes, I remember now. All you have to do is go on my playlist. It's all there and it's in order. So if you want to see interviews with parents, it says interviews with parents, with victims' parents. If you want to see interviews with content creators, I'll have interviews with content creators. And if you want to see true crime, then everything is there. I'm pretty sure I did cover his case. It's there. But I'm glad we're seeing it again, because I'm getting a little more information that I didn't know about before, because now we got Miss Barbara. And to this day, nothing's been done. Look at that. And this was a while ago. Oh my God. I remember this case. Wow. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up. Let them keep, I'm going to put it up on my end, but let him keep talking on here. Let him keep doing his thing.
Have one or two articles about it, but it's not something that you're seeing on CNN or any of these other things. But if something has a little more ambiguity to it, they'll be all over it. But something that, from I think my perspective, looks pretty open and shut. The fact that it's not getting the attention that it needs, and that he is not getting the justice that he deserves, is just so mind-blowing and so troubling.
So, first of all, Monique, this county, is this a largely white county?
Oh, absolutely.
Any idea?
Absolutely. And make no mistake, these people are afraid. These people are afraid. What was just said about the protesters when they would try to protest, being bullied, all kinds of threats, all kinds of intimidation, that is absolutely what is going on here. So basically, when law enforcement is telling a mama, you need to get over it, that really is, and even in the people within Campaign Zero who have been trying to get information and trying to put it out there, so much of the pushback has been people just in fear and not wanting to be lone voices.
Barbara, she just said what you just said. She just said what you just said, that the police told the family, you need to get over it. Barbara, did you hear what she said? I'm going to play it back a little bit.
Absolutely. And make no mistake, these people are afraid. These people are afraid. What was just said about the protesters when they would try to protest, being bullied, all kinds of threats, all kinds of intimidation, that is absolutely what is going on here. So basically, when law enforcement is telling a mama, you need to get over it,
See?
That really is, and even in the people within Campaign Zero who have been trying to get information and trying to put it out there, so much of the pushback has been people just in fear and not wanting to be lone voices that are speaking up and being left exposed to this kind of treatment for their families. Because there's frankly no way in the world, Roland, that a young white female 19-year-old about to go be a star volleyball player or cheerleader at university ends up dead in the attic at a party, and the entire world doesn't stop and try to figure out what happened. And there's so many ugly layers to this. This is a situation, where a young man had no involvement with drugs, yet they find low levels of meth in his system. And the prosecutor said, well, we could figure out who had meth. We could figure out maybe if someone was lacing something, but that's their job to figure that out. Almost cussed. That's their job to figure these things out, and they are not doing that.
There simply is no, okay, I'm just using common sense. Ain't no black high school senior going to an all-white party at the home of white supremacists. First of all, he ain't sticking around till 3 a.m. Second of all, how in the hell he get in the attic? I mean, I've been to many parties, okay? I'm not like, yo, let's go check out the attic. Everything about this case is absolutely strange. And so I hope Campaign Zero continues it. Protest, whatever. We'll keep doing our part, but this is just, literally have no idea what the hell I just heard. That this is absolutely crazy. Who killed Durante Martin? Folks, there's a website. Please go to it. And
I'm looking at my thing because I know I covered it.
That's just unbelievable.
All right, folks, back to our Roadblock Unfiltered video in just one moment. Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punching!
He said, hey, let's go check out the attic. Durante Martin, I know I did that story. Well, y'all, what y'all talking about over here? Right? What y'all saying? What Barbara saying? To this day, nothing's been done. James Wade. And he's no drug. He's a drug. Oh, wow. And he's now a drug dealer? Hey, let's go check out the attic. I don't think that's what you do at a party. Right. It's crazy, y'all. It's really crazy. And it's really sad. But this was a long video. We are going to end this now. Yes. We need awareness. Yes. I'm going to get on so many cases, but the families that you gave me, Barbara, I ain't forget about them. I'm going to start putting those out also. And look, there goes one right there we did tonight. Right? And we didn't even know. Well, I had been covered his story, but we didn't even know that we was going to cover that one. And look how God works, because God knows that these cases needs to get put out there. So he knows that he is going to lead the people that really want to do this. He's going to lead them in the right direction. And he led us to Roland Martin to remind me that you have covered this case, Brooklyn. So time to push it again out there. So it's time to reopen my little booklet thing and push it again out there. Okay? But for now, I just want to send all my condolences and all my love and all everything that I got in my heart to each and every family that's out there. I send all my prayer, my soul, my spirit. And I can send my spirit because I know my spirit is godly. I don't want to send nobody. I don't want no spirit if it's not godly. So if it's godly, then it's right. If it's godly, then it's right. So I'm sending my soul and my spirit and my cherish and my love to each and every parent out there who is suffering and who needs justice. And just know that we're going to ride this with you through prayer and pushing this story out. And we understand and we are hearing you. You are not forgotten. You are not just another case and another number. Not over here on Brooklyn Squad. So with that, I want to say thank you for helping me tonight to spread awareness for another victim's family. Because I don't do this alone. Y'all help me. Y'all are my eyes and ears. It's a we thing. It's not a me. This ain't my platform. This is our platform. I didn't get 1,048 subs by myself. I ain't cocky, baby. We did this together. So this is our platform. And we gotta stand up and continue to push content and spread the word. Justice must be done. Police think they getting away with shit. Y'all not getting away with nothing. Because we see everything. He was a happy kid. And I feel Barbara's pain. I feel y'all pain, man. I know. It's a shame that they telling y'all that. But we here, we gonna keep on keeping on pushing and pushing and pushing. See, the devil tried to stop this today because I was on earlier and they blocked my video. See, you will have people that don't want you to succeed. You will have people stopping your process. You will have people reporting your videos and stopping your growth. But baby, I jumped right back on here and even made it more longer hours of video. So YouTube, I don't know what y'all think y'all trying to do, but you can never stop the Brooklyn Squad. Because we are the victim's voice. Yeah, y'all. They have blocked my video today, y'all. And we came back on here, we jumped on and we did another and more longer video. Because the awareness don't stop. Because every time we come on here or every time we doing something, just know someone out there is being taken advantage of. Someone just got kidnapped. Someone just got trafficked. Someone just got human trafficked, harvested, armed, abused, beaten, kidnapped. Someone, somewhere, just got a life taken. Without their permission. And it's not fair. And when does it stop? So sad. So sad. When I think of it, it's like, damn. We're living here. I might not have much, but I have a roof over my head. I have a wonderful fiance. I have food. And I have a higher power. And I just thank God every single day. Thank you, God, for allowing me to do your work or helping me to be your helper. And I pray that you get justice, Barbara. And I'm going to continue to do the best that I can to help you get that. With that, y'all, have a blessed night. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. I've been up all night doing cases all last night and now. So, yeah, been up since 6 o'clock last night in the morning. This morning, it's just a lot of cases, y'all. But I want to get these cases out. So, everyone have a blessed night. Get y'all some sleep. I got to put something in my stomach. I haven't eaten all day long. All day long. Not nothing. I haven't eaten nothing. So, I need to put something in my stomach. Okay? God is good all the time. Even when it's not in our time. Amen? Right? Even when it's not in our time. He's still good. You're welcome. I will see y'all later on. I would say tomorrow, but look, we broke night a little bit. I will see y'all later on, all right? Because we got some more cases. We got to get out there. I think we got a few trafficking cases. 2 girls missing. Same town. They look alike a little bit. It's weird. But we'll cover that and some other cases. And I'm going to look at some cases that Barbara gave me about the other mothers and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys later on, okay? Okay. Bye. Peace out.